Hello.
Did Pastly just join with a cam?
Oh, I'm not meant to have a cam? Oh, shit.
No, you don't have to. I don't care.
This is like his crush cam.
He just walks in there. Hello,
He's just like the
everyone.
one guy sitting there. Like, you ever be that? Like, you join a Discord call and you're the one person with the cam on.
It had
Yeah.
the cam symbol, like, like join with the camera. Like, so I thought everyone else had their cameras on.
We do, man. Turn it back on.
I was on a video call or like a call I don't know, maybe like a month or two ago, and I thought their camera was on. I was like, hey, like your camera's on, dude. He's like, no, it's not mine. It turns out it was one of my like old Logitechs that because it was like all just wires and shit. You know, I was like, what the fuck is that? It was like some Logitech that was dangling off the.
That's actually terrifying. Oh my god.
So just to be clear, guys, before we go further, I'm streaming at the moment. Is anyone else streaming?
Yeah, me.
Cool.
Yeah.
So is it the Dungeons and Dragons category I go to? It's my first
Yes.
day. Okay, cool. We're doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I would.
Alright.
Oh god, I can't. I gotta hold back. Sorry. I say statistically you'll get more viewers than just chatting, but Dungeons and Dragons is technically correct. It's
Just
up to you.
chatting it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Eyes
I'll
wide
shut up.
focused. Alrighty then. So, let's see. Chat. I know. I see you screaming for speech bubbles.
You do.
Calm down. Okay. Thank you. All right. So here we go. So, hello. Hold on, let me just. Hello. I am Arcadum, and I will be your dungeon master for this grand adventure that we'll be setting off together. This is session 0. So this is the time that we have allotted in order to craft characters, learn about the world, learn how we play, all that good stuff. And hopefully, if everything goes well, we will be able to handle all of that today and get you scheduled for your actual game. But the first thing that we should discuss is schedules. And that is when we will actually start playing, what our time slot will be, and what and whether or not we can maintain that for the 10 sessions you guys will be playing. So that's number 1. So let's take care of that first, so we can make sure everybody's schedules line up, because that is, without that we cannot play.
Cool.
So let's see here. I am currently running my prologue games, and my prologue games should be. Let's see. My prologue games should be ending around mid-June. They have about 5 sessions left, 5 to 4 sessions left. So about mid-June is when those games will be ending. So anywhere from the 13th onward is probably where we're going to have to schedule the first session, and hopefully nothing gets in the way of that. Actually, you know what? To be safe, we should probably schedule it from the 20th onward, I think. That would be safest, because I had 2 games miss, so I'm going to have to wiggle them in there somehow. Okay, so what day would you guys like to play?
Monday through Friday for me would be great. Just open
Weekdays?
it up. I can do weekends. Sorry, I'm just like prefacing because I feel I have another job. So
It's a real job.
I mean,
like all of us.
it's no, you got. You're putting me on the spot, dude. I have an office I gotta show up at. Otherwise, like people wonder if I'm dead. And so like Monday through Friday, it would be really good for me. I can do weekends, but I have to come in here to do it, and it would. But for you guys, especially this group, man, I'd do anything. So if that's where we end up, I'll still be there. Just saying.
Yeah, I
My
don't really
only
have a preference
proviso-
on days.
Yeah, I don't have a preference on days either. My only proviso is I live upside down, so it's currently
What?
5 a.m.
Oh my god.
He's in Australia. He lives upside down.
I live
Alright,
upside down
that's
also.
okay. That's okay. I run for other Aussies, so
Excellent.
I got you, fam.
Not earlier than now would be nice, I'll say.
We could push it later. So let's see. Right now I have a Wednesday slot at 6 p.m. filled up in Chapter 1, and I have. Let's see. Let me check the other one. Sorry, I planned this like 2 years in advance, so I'm making sure everything's just woke up. Okay. Okay. Hold on, just making sure I got everything sorted out here. Okay, the Just Woke Up group is scheduled for. They want to play on Friday. So Fridays at 4 is where the VTubers want to be. So we got that locked in. And then that means Cole's group didn't get filled out here. I'll have to go check that. Hold on. I have to check this real quick.
Calculating.
Calculating. Let's see. Calculating. Calculatron.
Determining optimal D&D party.
Yep. And then we're going to meet on the 16th.
I'm being min-maxed.
I'm part of the PoE group chat.
Next. Okay. Let's see. Ink and Blood. That's what their game that they chose was. So Ink and Blood wants to go on June 7th, which is a Monday at noon. Okay. So Mondays at noon, that's when they want to play. So as of right now, let me bust this open. Mondays, 12 p.m. CST taken, and Wednesdays at. I'm just making sure I don't double book anybody. Let's see, Wednesdays at. The other one is the GTA 5 group, which is June.
Is it triggered anyone that there's an E missing from Wednesday?
6,
Wednesday.
and then Fridays at 4 p.m. CST
Okay.
for the VTubers. Okay, so if you look on stream here, Mondays from 12 p.m. CST for 2 to 3 hours, Wednesdays from 6 p.m. CST for 2 to 3 hours, and Fridays from 4 p.m. CST to 2 to 3 hours. Those are unavailable slots for me, and Fridays after that are probably not available because Callus Row happens then. So it looks like if we want to maintain a weekday, how do you guys feel about Mondays?
Yeah,
Much
Mondays are
later.
good.
Much
What
later.
time CST is it right now?
Right now it's 2:14 p.m. for me. And we'd want to go later in the day so that our upside down person isn't destroyed utterly. So
Thanks.
no problem, champion. Let's go for. How do you guys feel about 7 p.m. CST on Mondays? So
How
5
many
hours
hours
from
from
now.
now?
5 hours from now.
I'd love to not start later than 4 hours from now, because then it's like
I
midnight for
see.
me.
I see. So you don't want to go too late.
That's also pretty
So-
late for me too. Yeah.
Let's scale it back to how about 5 p.m. CST, which is 3 hours from now.
That would be perfect for me.
Sounds, yeah.
Yep.
Sounds good for me.
That's great.
That's
8 a.m. for
doable.
me.
Excellent. This
Yeah.
fills me with joy. Okay, and I will adjust that now.
Oh my god, did we do it?
I
did.
actually can't believe we did.
That was really easy.
Yeah,
A little too
I
easy.
was like
Hey,
stressed about this. I was like rolling around in bed, like, oh my god, like.
I'd love to do even 1 hour before that if possible, but
Oh,
I
here
can,
we
I
go.
can make that work.
Uh,
I can make that work.
Okay, Zizaran.
I can make
All
it work. I
right.
figured it was too easy.
Okay, he's chaos orbing it, guys. Like he's rerolling the whole thing. Okay, all right.
Ziggy's getting up
All
at
right,
4:30 in the morning, but this is like, I don't want to stay up too late, you know.
All right, I'm gonna put our tentative start date, the 21st of June, at 5 p.m. CST will be session 1.
Cool.
That is the plan.
That works.
Oakley
Excellent.
dokley, neighborinos. Now,
That's Tuesday for us, Ziggy, just so you know.
Oh my god.
Yes, thank you.
If we end up settling on 4-2, I'm chill with that. That's fine. Just to
Well, we can make minute adjustments, but now
Yeah.
we have the day and the relative time because the important thing is that it doesn't interfere with the other game that's
Yeah.
slotted on that day. I'll have to
Mhm.
pull double duty again on Mondays, but I'm already doing that, so it's not a big deal.
You'll be in the
Yeah,
zone.
you do a crazy amount of campaigns.
It used to be a lot worse. So I used to run 9 simultaneous D&D games. Now
And
I'm
your
down.
brain didn't explode?
Negative.
Wow.
Although my body weakened slightly, so I had to.
I bet.
So this time I've only got 5 games simultaneously at any one point. So let's talk about characters. So, who here has not played D&D at all?
Present.
All right, don't worry, we're gonna give you the full rundown there, champion. There's a lot to go over. Let's see here. So, first things first, I have my game setting is called Verum, and I will give you guys several nifty things to look at. So the first thing that we have is the continent you will actually be playing in is my eastern continent called Glaeus, and it looks like that. And you can kind of bring it up and take a little gander at it.
Oh, maps. Hmm.
All right,
Cool.
and that is the continent of Glaeus. Specifically for Chapter 1, if you go ahead and zoom in, depending on go to where it says Titan's Eye, the big lake in the middle of all that.
Oh.
Depending on which campaign that you choose will decide kind of the rough area that you'll kind of start in, but you will be within that mountainous area. So you might be more towards the Wandering Wheel, or you might go on the edge of Black Hollow. There may even be a chance that you'll kind of go along the tree lines on the edge there, possibly even Bowlock, which is that city to the east there, that also known as the City of Bells. So depends on which it depends on which campaign that you choose.
The left side of the island looks so cool. It looks like a dragon or something.
Yep, the Dragon's Mouth. Yep, that's
Ah.
called the Flowing Lands, and that's where the prologue takes place.
So cool.
Yep, and we continue to head further east with the grand spotlight of the games. The further and further we get. So that's the general area that you get to more or less kind of start in. So there is a lot of stuff to go over. Can one of you artists do me a favor and relink the Google Drive with all the concept art for me, please, so I can show them? Thanks.
How long would it take to walk from one end to the other, like horizontally?
Well, Glaeus is 3 times the size of Calcatesh.
Mm.
So Calcatesh on horseback would take you approximately 3 months to cross from one side to the other. But the thing about Glaeus, and this is the very important thing to point out, although Glaeus may be 3 times the size, they have a very useful form of travel by using the winds. So here's a unique thing about this continent, is that the winds in Glaeus are so strong and so reliable and predictable that they actually form skyways. And the people of Glaeus long ago did not develop horseback riding and stuff like that in order to travel, although there are mounts. They developed kites. Kites allow one, much like in Avatar, The Last Airbender, his kite thing. You strap a kite to your back and you literally fly in the air when you travel in Glaeus using the wind currents, because they're always the same and the winds are always strong. So that's how many people actually travel long distances in Glaeus, is that they use kites. And they kind of
Awesome.
ride them. They kind of ride them like horses, kind of.
Wow.
Or not like on top of them, but like on their backs. But it's basically, instead of horseback riding and, stationing your horse, you have a kite. And it's like one of your most prized possessions because it's how you travel.
Sweet.
Is that Mary
And that's
Poppins?
kind of,
Let's
how
go
all that works.
fly a kite.
There are also some races, such as the Taren, which have wings and they don't need kites because they can just literally fly. But anyway, the point is that's the rough size that you're looking at. Now, I know this is a lot of information, so if it's ever too much, let me know and I can try to disseminate it further. But this is the continent that you'll be playing on. Now, there are 2 continents that you can choose to be from, and now we're going to get straight into character creation. So this is the continent of the West. Sorry about that link. Huge and weird. But
I think my
this is the continent in the West,
webcam
known as
cable's dying.
Alcatesh. I know it says Vera on the bottom right, but that was because it was the first map made. That is the West. and that is the continent that Devin previously played on. And you can choose to be from either continent. The
Ooh.
choices between those two will give you access to a different set of origins, and there are some classes that are not available in one continent to the other. The most notable is the fighter class is completely different if you are from Glaeus. If you are from Glaeus, you are always a samurai, and you get a whole new list of abilities, a whole new list of orders to be from, all of that. So every fighter in Glaeus is a samurai. The fighters from Calcatesh are more European-esque knights, and they have different rule sets. And that's how that works. So now we go to the important links that you will need in order to make a character. This first one is called 5e Tools, and it is a repository of all 5th edition in a very awesome website that lets you use it easily. We'll go over that later as we need it. You'll also need these 2 quick character creation guides. The first one is if you are making a character from the West, and it is the standard character creation chart. And this next one is if you are from, that's the one for the West. And this is the guide if you are from the East, meaning that you are from Glaeus. Now, I know that's a lot of charts there, so we're going to kind of go over it. On each of those charts, if you look down at the bottom, you can go to the sheets, and it shows you like the races, it shows you deities, origins, all that kind of stuff. We're going to go over all of that together, and we're going to make our characters together so that nobody gets left behind. All right? Everybody with me so far?
Hi.
Yep.
All right, then. So, let us begin. As an added bit of information, my recent rise to prominence allowed me to actually have concept art made for all the Glaeus options, because I have a whole artist team that supports me now. So while there isn't any concept art for the West, all of it's still available for play. It's still pretty dynamic, but I actually have concept art for the Eastern options that I can show you, so you can literally visualize what it looks like.
I need to be some sort of like mad
Yeah.
plague doctor dude.
So let's go over this. First up, we have our races. So when you choose a D&D character and you try to make one, there are three things you choose: your race, which is what you are; your class, which is what you do; and your origin, which is where you're from. Because in my game world, where you're from or where you grew up, or your development, or whatever geographical location is special to you, has an impact on your mechanical abilities as well as a little bit on your personality. So something like that to keep in mind. But first, we're going to start with races. So if you go to each of the character creation guides, go down the bottom and click races. So that way you have all the races in front of you. There are many, many to choose from. On the Western side, you've got all the standardized races. You've got humans, elves, gnomes, giantkin, skinwalkers, dwarves, halflings, greenskins, dragonborn, plain-touched, lizard folk, fae, and then a couple of other specialty races. All of those there should be listed. If you have a question about what any of those races are, I can explain their backstory a little bit to you and kind of what they are. But many of these are going to be more standardized to what you might be used to in playing games like World of Warcraft, playing games like, even Path of Exile to a certain extent, all that kind of stuff. So all of that should already some of these you're going to be familiar with. You know what an elf is, most likely. You probably know what a dwarf is, but you might not know what a furbolg is, and that's okay. You can ask any questions you want. There's also a list of stats on the side that kind of give you what they're geared towards, and then they have proficiencies and special abilities later. For the Glaean side, if you go to the Glaeus one, there are humans, elves, Yozai, Taren, Gecko, and Hoask. Now, to be clear, you don't have to be from the West or the East to be any of those races on either of those two scales. That is just simply where those races are from. So you could be, for example, you could be a Hoask who was born in the West or something like that. But generally speaking, choose which side that you want to be on in that regard. Because that's
Bastille
the only
short,
thing that's
Kings
limited
play
from East to
dwarf.
West are class choices and origins. I have concept art of all these different races on the Glaeus side, though. And if you want to see it, if you like leaning towards one of those races, let me know. So let's start with races, and I will have your list here of what races you want to choose. So go ahead and give that a read and let me know if you have any questions.
So I see there's several things like plane touched and stuff like that. Is
Mhm.
that the most similar thing to like a celestial being?
Celestials are Asmars, because the plane
Oh.
touched represent those that are touched by the elemental planes, by the hells, like the abyss and Abaddon, which are the tieflings or tieflings, whichever you want to call it, and then Asmars, which are touched by celestial beings. They have celestial blood.
That was such a cool idea now.
My chat keeps picking on me saying I should be something short.
Where's the class list?
Class
for
list is
Glass?
a different. Class list is okay. So for Glass, that's something I'm gonna have to go over in bits and pieces because that's still in my
Okay.
my documentation. But
So
but to answer your question, Devin, actually I think I can just go over real quick. So for classes, Devin, the samurai,
Yeah.
are completely different. They use a focus system, all this kind of stuff. There
Hell yeah.
is a demon slayer known as the Onimetsu,
Should we go with Warlock?
which hunts demons
Chat?
with paper tags, and it's a ranger subclass.
So
There,
cool.
there is the Faithless Cleric,
Okay.
which uses the belief in oneself, and then there's a couple other ones like there's Ninja and Shinobi and stuff like that. It's really up to whatever you want to do here. I can send you the document though.
What's an
Yeah,
artificer?
please. I'm taking mad notes, man. That's awesome.
So
Let me.
could you explain when it says Asimar, it says like Fallen, Protector, and Scourge. What does like Fallen mean?
Those three are different types of Azamars. Like a fallen Azamar is one who is, like, for example, if your celestial blood was from an angel who was consumed by vengeance, it's like a darker angel. Protector and Scourge kind of represent different. Basically, those three sub races are aspects of what kind of celestial's blood is inside of your character. It's a
So-
manifestation of their mechanical power and their aesthetic, like
So-
what they were.
Did a Asimar Fallen used to be just a regular Asimar?
No, I think those have always been there.
I got to do my
Sub-races.
ads chat for the
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. He's saying
contract.
did,
So
like, did you start off fallen? Like, were you
Yeah,
born that way?
like that's what
Oh.
I mean. Like
Oh,
it
so
could
it's
part of my story be like how I fall
Yeah,
or like if I
sure.
fall.
absolutely, you can do that. That's fine.
Oh, that sounds great.
There's like varying levels. So Wisp was an ASMR, but didn't really, well, just like was more like human. Like actually, it almost never came up in Taren Vale, and like so like you could play, I think, on either side of the spectrum where you're like very invested in that history or almost not at all.
Yeah, it's
I'm-
up to
I'm-
however
yeah.
much you want to do it. It's all
Mhm.
good.
I have like a great storyline in mind for my character already now.
There you go, Devin. Those are my notes so far.
Hell yeah, dude! Thank you. What the heck is an ODF? ODT? You just send me like this is Hacker Man, dude.
No. That's
no, I'm kidding. I'm
okay. You should be able to open it in Word.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it on Google Drive. You're good. Just give me shit.
I use LibreOffice because I think it's better.
This guy with his old tome, some Warhammer shit coming out here, like.
So just to make sure I'm getting it, I could kind of think of Asimar as like a normal type of angel, sort of, and Asimar Fallen, that's like a fallen angel, right?
Yeah, but remember, you're not a full angel in either case. You're
Yeah.
you're half. But yeah, that's essentially it. Yeah.
Can we see
Perfect.
some race concept art? I would love to.
Mhm.
I'm a visual
I got-
learner.
I got you, champ. Here you go. Let me get this open. So I only have concept art for the East right now. So unfortunately, but there's plenty of fan arts of other characters from the West. If you want to see it, it'll take me longer to compile that. Here we go though. Here is a link to the folder, but I'll also show it on stream to kind of give you an
Yeah.
idea of it. So here we go. Let's go through it on stream here. So we'll start with races. We will start with the Glaeus humans. Start with them. So the humans of Glaeus, since it's my eastern continent, each of the 4 different subraces of human are sort of based off of a different culmination of the different Eastern styles of culture. So I've got the northern humans, which are based loosely off of Mongolian cultures. Wait, where's the does this not have the official one? Where's the official rundown? Hold on, this one doesn't have all the pieces to it. Let me go find it, because somebody did a full rundown of these. The one that has like all the male and females and like all of them in a line. You know what I mean, artists? Here, let me just go ask for it.
Have I been sent to unofficial documentation? Oh.
Oh no. Yeah, because I think these are missing that. Yeah, we're missing that. So hold on, let me sprint. Here it is. I think this is it.
I'm still using a one PC setup.
Here we go. Danke. This is incomplete to a certain extent. That's fine. So here we go. We have the northern humans. They're based loosely off of like the Mongolians. They're very tall, braided hair, very wide kind of people. They're thicker than the other ones.
So cool.
We have the Western humans in glass, which are based loosely off of Polynesian, Hawaiian, the Pacific Islanders. They're tan. They use a lot of tribalistic tattoos, things like that. Then we have the South and East here. The Southern humans are based loosely off of like Thai or Vietnamese or Filipino, like the Southeast Asians, that whole area there. And then the Eastern ones are Chinese, Japanese, Korean. But they in glass are very pale due to story reasons. But yeah, that's kind of what they look like. And each of their stats are based off of a special short rest ability that those humans get on how they kind of like, basically how they rest, how they relieve stress. So the northern ones, they cook, so you can actually prepare.
My brain's good, thank you.
The
Melford.
Southern,
Just absorbing.
they sort of chant or hymn. They're very spiritual. The Western humans get drunk with their friends. They just carouse and party a little bit. And the Eastern ones meditate, and they all get like different abilities and effects, and it's very cool. So those are the humans. Next we have, are the elves finished? They are not. Okay, let me check the other one. The elves. So the elves are separated into 3 different subtypes, and the elves in the East are different from the ones in the West because the elves in the East literally have nature growing off of them. So think of things like their horns are literal tree branches, to give you an example. So they have nature growing within them. So here are some examples of some whitewood elves, which are the northern elves. You got these antler trees. Their skin is more like bark. And the manifestation of nature, on a elven character is completely up to your concept. Like, it doesn't have to be branch antlers, but that's just a common one that they drew the whitewoods with. Next one is the greenwood, which is like the middle belt. So you've got leaf hair, you've got maybe some vines, maybe like literal fruits or vegetables growing off of you, which is pretty cool. Okay, not that one. Don't show me that.
Respectfully glancing.
Stuff like that.
I was like, why is chat saying booba? And I'm like,
Because this is the one where
they know.
One of them drew a Glean female with literal melons.
Thanks, Cody. Appreciate it, mate.
I love you, artists.
This
is incredible.
This one's one of my favorites. I really like
That's
this
so good.
guy. This
That's
guy
so cool.
is sick.
I don't know why. It makes me think of Arenicus a little bit from Baldur's Gate.
Then you have the Reedwood elves, which are the southern elves, and they live on the coast and on the rivers. So they're a little more water oriented. So they're they deal with like bamboo and reeds, and also a pompadour guy, which I thought was cool. But they're more like
Yes.
reeds and bamboo shoots and stuff like that. Shadow Polaris really likes the Reedwood elves, so he gave me
Aw.
a shit ton of them in his really cool style. Kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at here. He did like 8. He did 8 of them. I'm like, what? That's a lot, Jimmy. But yeah, that's what the elves look like. And then we have the Yozai. So the Yozai are going to be a little more complicated to explain, because now I get to explain kind of about the spirituality in Glaeus, because they are directly tied to it. So the spirituality in Glaeus is different from spirituality in the West. In the West, people follow full-blown organized religions. They follow centralistic deities to those religions, and they're directly dedicated to them in like a structured sort of like triangular worship. Whereas in Glaeus, spirituality is far more evenly spread like across the entirety of the world, because in the West, the gods you worship don't appear before you. But in Glaeus, the yokai, which are the spirits of the world, literally appear before you. You could walk down the road and see one, like wildlife, kind of. So because of that, spiritualism is a lot more spread out and a lot more natural because of that. And the yokai, which are the catch-all term for these spirits in Glaeus, have 8 different categories for the different kinds of yokai that exist, and they have all sorts of things attached to them. But the Yozai are a race, a playable race, which is the result of a yokai and a mortal's coupling. And the child is a person, it looks human, but they don't have any arms. They are born without physical arms. And while they are conscious, their arms manifest as spiritual arms, which represent their yokai parent. To kind of give you a, what the heck
That'd
does
be
that mean?
so nice when sleeping. You can just your
Oh,
arms
yeah.
just go away. You can
That's
just
true.
lay comfortably on your side.
Yeah, they noodle it up. All right, let me see. Where are my Yozai? Man, where's that? Does anybody have that Yozai drawdown? Because there was a really good one. Also, I'm sorry about the lawnmower outside.
We can't hear it. It's below the
Can't
noise
hear
gate. Yeah.
Yeah, chat can hear it, I think.
Brr. Can they make their arms disappear when they're conscious as well, or?
Negative. They only disappear when they're unconscious.
Oh, okay.
That's still something
Damn.
I'm working on. So
You know,
I don't know if I'm gonna let them do it or not.
You know that feeling when you're like falling asleep and you like abruptly wake up? That must be like terrible for that race. Like if you're like resting on your arm and you fall asleep and your arm disappears and you fall down.
Oh, what happens if the arm just like manifests in the middle of their bed? Do they just destroy their mattress if they wake up suddenly?
No, because
Well-
they only manifest to where they can be there.
Okay.
But here you
Alright.
go. Here is a rundown of what the Yozai look like. And there are 8 different types: the Obake, the Kappa, the Tengu, Tsukakagami, the Kentaro, the Roku Rokubi, the Yamaba, and the Yurei. And here you go.
Wow.
They're all kind of leaned
So
out
sick.
there for you. And that's basically what they look like. There's a lot more details that we can go over, but there's a lot to the Yozai. But hopefully this visual representation kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. And I'll post that for you in here.
Oh yeah, thanks. Oh,
But yeah, there you go.
Pretty cool.
And that's more or less what the Yozai are. Next we have is the Taren. So the Taren are bat people. And they have wings along their wrists and arms. And this is a race that does not need kites to fly. They can literally just walk outside and use their wings to ride the winds.
I like how some DMs are like, no flying characters ever, because I have to design all my encounters around it. You're like, yeah, this entire nation flies. It's good.
Heck yeah. I really like this one.
They
There's
don't
a
drink
lot-
blood, chat saying.
They're not vampires.
But can they drink
yeah.
blood if they want to, though?
I mean, I guess if you wanted to be a cannibal.
They're like the fruit bats or whatever.
Who did all
There's a
these
lot of
drawings?
Taren
Was it just like fan art or?
Well, all of this is comprised of all the different artists in my community. Many of them they made their own Discord and they help me. They just crank out concept art for me to help me out. One individual really likes the turn, and he drew a shit ton of them, and his name is Nat20.
So epic. I love the art sessions at the end of your sessions where you show off the art that people make during the session. That's
Yeah, the
nutty.
fan art, that's a big one. That's a big one too. So, but yeah, this is just this is the concept art that they drew for me when I was going over what the races were, so that they could help me out. And this is more or less what the Taren looked like. Their sick wings, and God, I really like this one. That one's awesome. So essentially, something else about them is that the Taren have a society that values knowledge and learning, and they kind of hold that above other things such as like courage or whatever. That's not to say that they're cowards or anything, but the general outlook of Taren culture, for their racial side, is that if you can't figure it out by talking it out and using your mind, then you failed, essentially.
Oh, good on them.
So they're a race of nerds.
Chat, we need to figure out how to get a plague doctor
But to
involved
be
in this
clear,
universe.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Some of you guys can do some
of
sick
different
drawings.
aspects
I've
we
seen
have
you
to
guys
go
send me
over because
messages.
Your race can determine some aspects of your personality, but your clan is your family, and we're going to go over that later. But anyway, these are just what the different Taren races look like. God, I forgot he did this anatomy thing.
I'll ask him once he's
What
gone
the
through
wings
all
look
the
like.
all the
So
races.
dope.
Yeah.
He really likes them. But yeah, that's what the Taren look like. Next one down we have is the Gecko. So the Gecko are a race of lizard people. Specifically, they're more gecko than like straight lizards. They're more of they're I guess moistened in their skin and stuff like that. But the big thing about the Gecko is that they are a more nomadic, mercantile-based race.
You said the
For
word, chat?
Another example, if you played a lot of the Elder Scrolls, the Khajiit are very similar to them.
Oh.
They have a pretty standardized dimorphism where males have spines and females have feathers. And their tails, generally speaking, are prehensile, which means they can use them as a extra hand, kind of. And their tail is about as long as the rest of their body. So
The Goka.
they are the Gecko, and they are
I
very.
love them. I've been seeing frogs around. Are these distinct from the frogs that I see in chat when people are posting frogs in chat? Or are they different race?
There is a frog race. They are known as Gripply, but they are from the west.
Ah.
Gripply's, believe it or not.
And then the last one we have is the Hoas.
Oh my god, David.
So
Sorry,
the
I'll see myself out.
So the Hoas are a race of kind of like yak people, kind of thing. Like they're like I guess you could think
Thick.
Tauren, but far less furry because they're very humanoid.
Huh.
But they basically have horns and stuff, and they are a peace-loving, like very strong, very tall, very powerful race that just likes the simpler things in life. Their dimorphism is very straightforward, where male Hoasks have horizontal horns, and they are wider but shorter than their female counterparts. And the female Hoask have vertical horns, and they are taller than their male counterparts, but not quite as wide. And I really like this picture because it kind of shows how they decorate their horns for like a festival. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But this is more or less what the Hoask look like.
That's so cool.
So another thing about the Hoask is that they live in very tight-knit societies, and they absolutely abhor lying. Lying in the Hoask society is a mortal sin. And the act of lying can get you exiled from Hoask, from Hoask society and culture.
That's a fun RP challenge. Whew.
Yep. No, to be clear, it's not that they're incapable of lying, it's that lying is a mortal sin to them. So, if you are a Hoask liar, you're essentially a criminal. You're an exile.
An exile.
But is it only around their own race? Like, do they just lie like normal around everyone else?
No, they don't lie at all, and they abhor it when other races do it.
Okay.
But they don't hold other races to the high standard that the Hoask hold for themselves. So, like, if a Gecko comes up and starts lying to a Hoask might backhand them, and they just won't deal with that person again, but that's probably where it'll stop. But if a Hoask lies, then they've betrayed their people. Kind of thing. That's their whole their whole thing. Lying is very bad.
You could also
Arcadum.
play them as very naive as well, I imagine, where they
That
don't
too.
really understand other people lying.
That too, yeah. I mean, and because of that, it is actually somewhat easy to lie to a Hoask because they do not have experience with lying. Because of that. Unless they're like a worldly Hoask who's traveled a lot, or, there are exceptions, obviously, but generally speaking, they wouldn't be used to lying because lying is against their culture.
Arcadum,
Yeah.
are you willing to build out Amiyoji? Is that
you want to be a Shinto wizard?
thinking of it? But it just depends on what other people roll. But I'm thinking of the concept. Yeah.
Yeah, I can build that for you. No problem.
Hell yeah. Okay. That's a possibility.
Amiyoji's pretty sick. Alrighty, and that's pretty much it for the Eastern races, concept art wise.
Fantastic. So cool.
So for the Western races, like Asimar was one of the Western races, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing you didn't have any concept art for those?
Honestly, you could probably find that just Google searching. I mean,
I have been, yeah.
Yeah,
Do I
yeah,
get
yeah.
wings? Is the question.
Yeah, you can get wings.
Oh my God.
They'll be vestigial till you get high enough level, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. They just need to be there for the cosplay, the appearance.
In-game cosplay.
He looks over in his corner. He's got a big pair of wings over there.
Ziz shows up, webcam on, giant pair of wings,
That'll be $48 for those wings. Sophie.
sword made of like the aluminum foil in his
Yeah. He's
kitchen.
like, "Man, I got these wings
Yeah.
off of Wish.com, bro. Like, I gotta use these somewhere.
To answer your question in chat, I saw you ask there, Red. The difference between the Onimetsu and the Amiyoji is that the Onimetsu is a martial character that fights with weapons and trick weapons and stuff like that, and uses the tags to like augment.
This is
their
my first
fighting,
time playing D&D.
Whereas the Amiyoji fights with only tags, and they're a full caster. That's the difference. Kind of like the difference between a paladin and a cleric.
What's your thoughts on Shinto Cleric?
Shinto Cleric is basically like the Amiyoji wizard, except they focus on summoning yokai. They are
They
a
have,
summoning
like,
class.
Beneficial effects on the party, or like
Oh yeah, I mean they're clerics. They still
Yeah.
have all the things that clerics can do, like casting bless and shit like that. But their special, unique ability is that they can sacrifice spell slots to summon yokai onto the battlefield to fight with them,
oh, that's pretty neat.
which
Ooh,
is pretty sick nasty.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there any class restriction for Asimar?
Nope. Play what you want.
I was wondering if we could.
Oh, I
have a
should
look at-
say there's two classes you can't play: the Artificer and the Mystic. And it is because I have my own versions of those. And if you really want to play those, you can play the experimental ones. But yeah, those are the only two classes you can't choose.
So I could be a
Anybody-
paladin.
Yeah, you can be a paladin. Yeah, go for it. What was your question, Ziggy?
Could I work back from class and then select my race after I've kind of got an idea?
Yeah,
of
you
what
don't have
class
to
I wanna
select
play?
that now. I'm just doing this one step at a time so that nobody's left behind.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
usually do class first too. And
Yeah,
then
okay.
build the- yeah,
We
yeah,
can-
that's totally a way to do it.
We can
yeah.
move to on to class, no problem. Unless Pestley's a newer player. So do you have any questions, bud?
So my brain's just constantly going towards I want to be some sort of like plague doctor. So everyone's in my chat's talking about I should be like a necromancer. And then
Oh, if you want to play a plague doctor, I can show you how to do that.
Done.
There's 5 different variants, I'd say,
Done.
that you could do. So
Yep.
lots of different ways you could do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dope.
Alrighty. Well, let's move on to classes then. So here's where we get to the complication. If you go to the 5e tools and click classes, you'll see a list of all the traditional classes that are normally available. Each of them are going to have subclasses. Each of them are going to have different tools and things like that. To be clear, I have my own version of classes from the West here, which I just linked, which those are different subclasses of the West. And I also have the Eastern classes that I'm working on. The best way that we can do this, everyone, is if you already have D&D experience, tell me about what you would like to do. And if you don't have as much D&D experience, tell me what you would like to be able to do. Like Plague Doctor, that's something I can work with, and I can walk you through the different steps. Also, I have to go to the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Take us with you.
You have my permission. You kind of
What do
inspired
y'all-
me personally. I was like, oh, maybe I can just say what I want to do, and Arcadum can make it for me.
Well, I can full cosplay that. I'm going to build a full cosplay around it.
That's so cool.
If I've got a month, I got some time.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say
What do you?
to do it on Thursdays, and I was like, not Thursday, please, not Thursday. But anyway,
No, it worked out. It was good.
Yeah, it's good timing.
What are you all thinking of so far for like characters? Any ideas?
I don't know. You might copy me, so I'm gonna wait.
I
copy your
have like
answers?
a full plan, which I don't know if he'll let me, but I want to basically like be an Asimar that is probably a paladin, and then worshiping 2 deities, like one good, one evil, and like the struggle, and like the part of the story would be like, will good or evil prevail in the end, like an inner
That's cool.
struggle.
I like that.
Yeah, it's badass.
Duality action. I was kind of inspired by I usually hate playing elves. I feel like elves are so lame, but these like tree elf things actually seem kind of cool, especially some of those art. And I was like thinking, what about like some sort of tree elf who like cuts his own wood off and then carves it into runes? I love the idea of some sort of rune smith spellcaster tree
Sounds
person.
cool.
I'll have to ask Arcadum. Cuts his what off? Various appendages.
Rune mage. That sounds cool.
I don't know if Rune Mage might be a thing. I'm sure he can. His world's
You
so
what up?
insane. Like I feel like he has something for it.
Is chat saying I can't do runes? Are runes forbidden? He didn't say runes. Arcane didn't say runes or banned. He said we couldn't be an artificer, which would be like something I'd love to do sometime, actually.
He has some variation of it. It's his own thing. Yeah, I'm sure you can do it. I'm sure you can do it.
how long does a typical D&D session go for? Like 4 hours or?
Arcadum sessions are shorter than a lot of the other ones. They usually run about 3 hours, and then art, which is kind of optional to stay for, but is super awesome because at the end of the campaign, like this community is like an insanely amazing group of the artists that will make like their own sort of like spin on your characters or things that happened in the campaign, and you get to stay in like Arcadum shows all of the art that happened. They literally draw it during the session. So like by the end of the session, there'll be a whole bunch of art, and I actually like saved every picture of Wisp. Like there's all these like people drew like dozens and dozens of amazing pictures of Wisp for the previous campaign. So you'll have like all of this like these like other interpretations, and a lot of this stuff goes on to actually become merch, which you can find where chat because Arcadum right now has a merch going right now. You can support Arcadum with !merch. Arcadum.link/merch. He'd be mad if he heard me saying this, but he's in the bathroom and he'll never know. You guys can go buy out all that shit right now.
Buy the merch while he pees.
And support Arcadum. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like typically like 3 hours, and then it's actually really good that we have a time slot that's outside of any other campaigns because we could run longer if we need to. Which is cool.
Oh.
It's perfect
strategic
timing for me
thinking there.
because it'll be the last half of my stream, so I can stay as long as we want.
That's
But
cool.
it'll be
That's
the
really
end, which is cool.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So,
Nothing.
We just bought
Oh,
out
yeah.
your entire merch store, so everything's sold out. I'm sorry.
oh my god,
You rat.
We may have talked about the merch.
Jesus
I-
Christ.
Unconfirmed. Yeah.
Pestily the dauber.
Oh man, please don't, not again. Oh god. All right. Anyway,
Okay,
classes.
so
What do we
I was
need?
gonna steal Pestly's idea and be like, "Yo, make my character for me, Arcadum." Ideas. I loved the wood elf things, even though I usually hate elves. These bark boys got my attention.
Bark
I love
Boys
the
got it.
idea of a bark boy who carves runes into his own wood
Mhm.
for some sort of magicking or something
Yeah.
like that. Chat rioted a bit when I mentioned that, though, so I don't know what the deal is.
Ignore them.
Okay, good.
He knows us too well, chat.
Essentially, if you mean like carved runes and like there's
The
there's
question
different
needs
things.
to be
You
a
could
bard.
An eldritch like rune knight, for example. An
Ooh.
eldritch knight like a warrior who uses magic, and you could carve, your man. Honestly, that aesthetic concept could be applied to many different classes. Like you could apply that to like I said, an eldritch knight, a rune knight, something like that. You could apply it to a straight up wizard, and you like inscribed your spells onto your body. A sorcerer for the same effect. A
That's all right,
warlock
Dalton. I'm
to
new
a
as fuck as
more,
well.
insidious effect if you'd like.
Mhm.
Hell, you could even be a barbarian and be a scar seeker, and that is like the scarring on your wood is where you gain your power from.
Neat.
There's just a lot that you can do with that. So it's up to I guess we should probably start deciding what kind of leaning do you want to be? Do you want to be like a full caster that uses full magic? Do you want to use a weapon? Like what kind of thing you leaning towards there, champion?
I do kind of like your samurai aesthetic stuff vibes here, but I
Yeah.
also am pretty interested in maybe some sort of caster or something like that as well. Is there? I know some D&D stuff has some runey things though that are like more focused on the concept of runes mechanically.
Yeah, there's
that a
lots
thing
of
here as
stuff
well?
that. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Like for example, there are carven runes on your body for like, straight up like Eldritch Knight is very focused towards that. There's even a Rune Knight version of it, but there's also the Onimetsu, which uses paper tags, but you could reflavor that instead of using paper tags, that you just use pieces of your wood with symbols on them.
Ooh,
that you
that's
can pull off
interesting.
and
That's
cast.
pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I had this visual concept of my character before I had any other ideas, which is just that I would have like, have you ever seen the Australian hats with the corks dangling off them?
Oh yeah. Yes, I have.
That, but with like runes, or I like the idea of these like wooden tags made from my bark dangling off the hat.
I think that's totally cool, and I am totally down with that.
So what did you say that was with the
That is
usually paper tags?
That is the Onimetsu, which is the Demon Slayer,
Oh my god.
and that is a Ranger subclass.
Okay. Okay. I love that idea.
If you like it and choose to go with it, I will find that to be deeply ironic to me, because I only have one other Onimetsu, and she is also Australian, and I find that to be very funny.
Would this be distinct enough, or because
Yeah.
I always worry that I'll tread on
Oh
another
no!
player's
Don't
toes.
worry about that. That's only
Okay.
positives. That's only positives. Like,
Okay, all right, cool.
That's only
Perfect. All right, I think I have the concept down.
Oh, is that an Onimetsu? Okay.
Where would I find info on that so I can read a little bit more?
The thing that I posted earlier to Devin, it says classmechanics.odt. That should have the
okay.
information on that. So
Yep.
essentially, you're going to be a ranger for most of the time, but you will get a couple things. You'll get access to spells that are normally not on the ranger list eventually, and you also get a yokai companion, depending on which kind of yokai path that you choose.
Chat, should we
Moist.
get a
Like, for example, you could get a smack talking Kappa who follows you around and talks some shit and teaches you how to not take shit from anybody. Or you could like choose the Tsukikagami, which is your weapon is literally alive and talks to you and has like a mouth or weird stuff like that. Or you could have like you could be a Tengu, which is like you have a magical talking tattoo that wanders your body and talks to you. You know, stuff like that.
Ugh.
There's all kinds of different yokai that you can choose from.
I should get some
Only
imagery from the
ranges.
cultists. We can use
this
that.
might also help you out. This is specifically the Onimetsu information right there. That should be a little easier for you to read.
Aha, okay.
Thanks, Red.
Aussie Metsu.
Aussie Metsu. Here, I'll even show you. Here, I'll show you. Post your character art to me again, Red. She's really excited, so I'll show you.
Yeah.
Her character's
cool.
name is Akakai, and she is a Taren Onimetsu. So she's a bat lady Onimetsu, and I can actually show you what an Onimetsu might look like, because she's on session 5 right now, so she's pretty well
Cool.
developed.
Developed. Nice.
Yeah. Now, while she gets her character art for me,
Vampire Onimetsu. Cool. Yeah.
oh my god, she's not a vampire. Hashtag not a vampire. Sweet lord.
Are there vampires in this world?
There are.
So could an Onimetsu become a vampire?
Yes.
Oh wow, so cool.
Yep. So
She got
this is-
snake.
Yeah, that's her yokai's battle form. So that's what her current outfit and all that looks like. You'll notice the paper tags that she holds in one hand, and she holds a weapon in the other.
my
And
God,
then
that's so cool.
this is her like normal, non going all in form, and she chose a Kappa yokai. His name is Joey.
This is mine
and,
chat on the wall.
he
This
follows
is
her
I
what
was gonna do.
is in my
Do
head.
a Kappa yokai. I like that idea.
Oh,
She's
this.
a Kappa then.
I might. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yep.
I'll read more, but yes, I like the idea of a bike boy Onimetsu with the wooden tags dangling off the hat.
I like that.
That's great.
He's so fucking excited. Screaming in chat. Let's fucking go!
Is Ridiculous Streams the player?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Red. Yeah,
Hi.
that's her.
That's great.
Kappa partners could be pals.
Cat pals.
Is this like an Australian thing?
Apparently.
Maybe, I don't know.
Apparently. So far, all Onimetsu are Australian players. So far, that is 100% true. At this time.
Personally, do you feel drawn to it?
The Aussie Metsus, dude. Aussie. Oi.
Well, the only thing I had coming into this session was the idea of the hat with the dangly bits and working that in somehow. Because I was like, oh, that would look great as a samurai or some sort of spellcaster or some sort of rune mage or something
Now
like
that you're
that.
talking about it, I think them being like wooden pieces of bark with runes on it dangling from your sick-ass Australian cork hat while you being
Yes.
an Onimetsu, that's pretty sick. I like
I
that.
love it.
We don't
I'm
have
very
ravens
excited.
in Australia, do we? We've only got crows.
I honestly don't know.
I
I mean,
believe.
you've got spiders with health bars and all kinds of horrible shit. I, in
True.
fact, recently educated myself that you have a weather phenomena known as spiders raining from the sky. So,
Have you seen the spider tornadoes? That's a thing.
I,
Wait,
please
what?
stop. Please
Why, are
stop.
they joking?
No, they're not. They're
There
not.
was, there was just some sort of spider boom and then like a tornado.
You guys have to check your shoes.
Sweeping them all up
Do you
and
check your
spraying
shoes
them
before you
everywhere.
put them on?
Yeah, you always check your shoes.
If you leave them outside, 100%.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, leave them outside. You got to check your shoes.
I ate a spider in my sleep not long ago, actually. It was horrific.
Ah,
Yeah, I like woke up having nightmares about some weird stuff. And then I was like freaking out and I felt weird. I ran into the bathroom to get a drink, took a sip from the tap, and then like felt something crunching in my mouth.
Oh.
I spat it into the sink and it was a spider.
Yep.
You're like,
Yeah.
Welcome to Australia.
I did not sleep the rest of that
flossing
night.
web out of your teeth still.
Welcome to Australia, the end game of Earth. Jesus Christ. Welcome home. Oh my god. Y'all are wild. Anyway, so we got one class. Anybody else feeling anything?
I'm writing my notes down.
Okay. I can go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just for my
so-
elf race, one sec. The Greenwoods were the like barky ones, right?
Yeah. Oh, you want to be a Greenwood? Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe. What were the redwoods? Oh wait,
the,
I'll read.
the whitewood are like branches, like full on trees and like stuff like that. The greenwoods are more like leaves, but you can also have bark. Like it's
Yeah.
honestly up to you. Don't feel too constricted there because it's more open than that.
All right, I'll have a think on that. Goes is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to do an Azamar.
Okay.
And I want to do Paladin. And
Okay.
the entire thing is going to be like, I would like to be able to worship two deities.
We either go through the
Did I
like
say that? Deities?
Deities. Yeah.
shunned from the race,
Yeah, I would
living
love to be
a
able to
life of
worship two
solitude.
deities, one evil
socially
and one
awkward,
good
or the
one, and then
opposite.
the entire thing is like the story of like good and evil, like an internal struggle. Maybe there's two personalities, like two people in one body, and they're like fighting for control.
Cool. If that's the case, then please review this. This is the list of all my deities from the West, which is more traditional worship, which is what you're talking about. They are categorized into different pantheons. As a note, as of right now, the Midgard pantheon is not available as I have not finished all of that. But if you really, 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 really wanted to, I could finish the stats on them. But
Okay.
there's lots of stuff to choose from there. The Norse pantheon, eyebrow wriggle.
I do like that since I'm Norwegian.
Yes, I figured you would.
Yeah.
My
So wait,
people.
would the Norse pantheon have like a good and evil god?
I guess well, they're more law chaos, I think. If you wanted straight up good evil, you'd probably want to choose a god from the white pantheon and a god from the black pantheon.
This guy does
that's what I'm
campaign
looking
careers
at the
as
moment.
a
I was looking at like
campaign,
maybe
two campaigns as a
Babylon.
career.
Yeah.
Babylon and Glory.
Yeah.
a lot.
That's what I was looking at. And then I was thinking Paladin is kind of perfect because you can become a fallen paladin, right?
Yeah, there's an Oathbreaker paladin.
Yeah. So I think that regardless of what side wins, like Paladin seems to be like the best choice. I'm gonna do Paladin
Well,
and
if you wanted to do a thing where you were just a normal paladin, because you don't take your oath till 3rd level.
yeah.
If you wanted to be a normal paladin who's conflicted by these twin deities vying for power in their soul, what you could do is for the first 2 levels, you could just be conflicted and not be sure which one. And then at 3rd level where you choose your oath, you kind of choose between the 2 of them. I think that'd be a pretty good story to tell.
Yeah, that could be cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yep,
Yeah,
there's lots of information to read about them. The deities from the West are very intricate, so take some time to get to know them. And if you have more questions, I can answer that for you.
Yeah, I like the idea of the character being like torn between lawful good and lawful evil. They can at least have the lawful part in common.
Yeah.
I think that's the entire like synopsis, I guess, for my character idea. I haven't
pretty
figured
good.
out if I want a male or female character yet.
Up to you, champion. If you don't want to choose between those, you could always be a changeling. Wink.
Oh, wait, can I still be an Azamar in Changeling?
Negative. Changeling
Oh.
is a separate race.
Right.
But just something to think about.
Oh, that's a cool idea too. I do really like the Azamar idea, though. I have like a really cool idea for that. I think I will go with an Azamar.
You got it. This is also something you can change later if you want to. It's all good. This just gives me a general idea of what everyone's going to be playing, and then as we get closer to play, I'll have your tokens made for the program that we use, so that way everything's programmed that your character can do.
Yeah, no, that I think that's what I'm going with. Azamar, Paladin.
What about you, Sequisha? I haven't really heard much from you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I'm thinking like a time cleric. I'm thinking like a
Yes!
Taren time cleric.
Yes! Ha ha!
It's
Finally!
turn time.
It's Taren time. God, time cleric.
What the hell's a time cleric? It sounds amazing.
So a time cleric is a cleric that worships the domain of time, and they are in direct service to Raquel, the goddess of time, who is also the patron god of the gnomes. You can find her under the blue pantheon in that link that I just posted. She is essentially trying to repair time after the Great Cataclysm. That's her whole thing. And time clerics have the ability to do all sorts of things, like they can teleport, they can control time, they get access to time magic, chronology. There's also a time paladin, which is called the Time Warden, which is basically like a time cleric, except it's like a time warrior, and they also have similar abilities. But there's a whole there's a whole deity commitment towards repairing time and policing it, and that's what time clerics do. They're very cool.
Yeah, I'm interested in this. I was thinking about going luck, but I'm like, hey, man, I've been wanting to do like this time thing for a while, you know.
I was really hoping you were going to go a bard and sing us songs the whole time. But no, I'm happy with that. I'm actually quite happy with that.
Oh, man. That is so excited, dude. Is his motto to turn back time? Wheeze! Just yelling at me, dude. I play Time Wizard in face-up attack position. That's good. That's good, though. Time Cleric. We have a Cleric. We have Time. We have a Paladin also. That's quite a bit of divinity.
Can turn back time. Oh my god.
Not a song.
If I could turn back time.
Oh my god. So good.
Get it? Get it? He's screaming in the chair. Cher is shaking in her boots right now. Oh, man. Alrighty, then. We got Asmar. We got Paladin. Nice, 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 nice. All right, so Pestily.
So,
You said you wanted to play something that's kind of like a Plague Doctor, yes?
yeah, so I actually put an image in there of something I actually got made because I really like Plague Doctors. And I was thinking like someone who's like really knowledgeable about poisons, maybe like throw stuff in vials, carries a sick knife that's laced with poison, bit of like a cultist theme to it. And potentially like a little bit socially awkward because they're a little bit too direct and blunt.
So lawful good then?
And then maybe having a pet crow or raven. Something along the lines of that.
So familiar. Okay. Lots of options for that. Do you want to cast spells or do you want to use items?
I'd probably prefer to use items, but not afraid to cast a spell or two from time to time.
Okay. I think.
So from my understanding, how far is like science evolved in this world? Do they do experiments with poisons and
Oh, absolutely. There are apothecaries, there are poisons, there are things like that. So basically what you're probably going to be leaning towards is probably a rogue, and the type of rogue that you end up being is probably going to help you augment that. But essentially, as a rogue, you're going to be able to use knives. You'll be able to use stealth. You'll be able to fight in the open. But more importantly, if you choose the right kind of rogue, you'll be able to use items very easily. And I believe it is Thief Rogue that gets access to fast hands, which allows them to use items very quickly, such as poisoning your weapon and then attacking with it. I've also,
just to be clear, I'd rather lean towards using like potions and stuff over the knife, but the knife's like the last resort if I have to use it. Not like my job is to stab people.
If you want to throw splash weapons at people, that is also something you can do.
Yep.
I'll have to do some augmentation, and it might be a while before you accrue enough wealth to actually get access to those, because you're gonna have to pay for those or
Fine.
steal them or make them yourself. But I can handle that for you. Nothing wrong with that.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
I can see Fesley want like a plague AK or something.
Probably make you a thief rogue so that you get access to fast hands. Yeah. Man, it's been a while since I had an actual like item rogue, like alchemist. That's pretty sick. Okay.
So what
Did you
would be
pick
my
a
race?
yet?
No, I've got no idea. That's why I put the little bit socially awkward, because they're a little bit too direct and sometimes come across as rude and blunt.
Well, I mean, there's lots of races that could fit that. I think the biggest thing you should probably ask yourself is, do you want to be from the east or west?
That doesn't really help me because I don't,
Okay. Okay. Let me.
like
ask
I've
you
paid
this.
attention. I've looked at everything, but
Okay. No, I got you. So here's the thing. You can be any race and fit the build you're trying to do.
okay. What
So at
about
this point,
sorry.
it's what you want to look like.
Okay, is there any races that haven't really been seen too much because they're like covered up in their cloaks or their plague mask or anything like that?
So you'd probably want to be able to hide yourself easily and not have any discernible features.
Or maybe I'm just really ugly. or
Ugly
something.
works, but that could be. Let me think for a second.
And so therefore, like, I've been shunned from my people and living more of a solitude life. But now I'm here to help out.
Well, here's my first question. Do you want to be a monstrous race, like a rat folk or a bird person or anything like that?
No, I'd probably want to be some sort of humanoid.
Okay, more human than that. All right. Well, there's several different humans you can be. Are you interested in orc or elf or dwarf?
Probably more elf or orc than dwarf. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, orcish. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. We're working through it. Do you want to be a small race or do you want to be a medium-sized race?
When you say small, do you mean like the amount of people?
Like halfling or gnome? Like
Oh, okay.
short.
No, just like normal.
Normal. Okay.
A goblin would have been pretty cool, Pestle.
Yeah, like
Let's
potentially like a goblin would be cool, actually.
Be like a hobgoblin or something. That'd be
Mm.
kind of cool as a plague doctor.
a hobgoblin is a selectable race, and they are medium size.
Yep, that
And I have only ever had one
done.
hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin plague doctor, love it.
Oh man, that's really sick.
I'll get to my reading.
So the cool thing about hobgoblins is they specialize in weird weapons and armor. So you
Perfect.
get one free exotic weapon and one free exotic armor proficiency.
I'll be referred to now as the Pog Goblin.
Oh.
Very good.
All right. Hobgoblin. I see what you did there. Alrighty then. Devin, what are you leaning towards, my friend?
Yeah, I was thinking a Taren time clerk. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Whoa.
Comedy,
Just
we
bringing
call
that,
that a
I'm just bringing
callback.
that back. Well, looking at what's open, I'm really leaning towards. It looks like we don't have a pure caster. So, can you tell me more about?
There is one
your-
pure caster, a cleric, but there's
Yeah.
no arcane.
Exactly. Yeah. Can you tell me more about your Amiyoji wizard and how that
Okay,
would?
so
that,
the
how that would play out?
Amiyoji wizard, essentially, imagine a wizard, but your spell book are tags posted on your body.
Okay.
And one of the things you can do is there is a random, like an RNG effect of, as you cast a spell, one of your tags can activate and augment it randomly. So
Tell me more.
it's essentially like, it's like wild magic for wizards, but instead of like causing these crazy over the top effects, they can cause random augmentations. Like for example, you can cast a fireball,
Mhm.
and one of the tags might activate like the tag of amalgamation, and that fireball does a random elemental type instead of fire, and it just
Oh.
randomly activates.
Mhm.
But what it does is that the RNG effect can actually do things like increase the size, increase the damage, make it not use a spell slot, like crazy weird shit like that. But it's always randomized, and it follows a baseline number generation of that. Also,
How? Yeah, sorry.
something else that they get is their tags give them so the other cool thing they get, since they're covered in the tags, they get a static AC that increases with the number of spell slots that they have available, and the more they cast, their armor class goes down.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are all of the effects that can happen from the tags positive?
Yes, which makes
Okay.
it different than the wild magic sorcerer, because the wild magic sorcerer, their effects can be way more powerful than the Onimoji, but they also have a chance of being negative. The Onmyoji only has a chance to have positive effects happen, but it's a lower chance and it's not quite as impactful.
And when you say RNG, how often does
Like-
this go off or so?
Like you have you basically have this is something this is still in the conceptual phase, but
Mhm.
essentially you have so many times per short rest that you can pull a tag from your body, and this action indicates that the next spell you're going to cast will be augmented by that random chance. So you cast the
Oh.
spell, and then I randomly roll an effect, and then we see how it's augmented. But those effects can tier break into more and more powerful effects.
That's so cool. Okay. So there's basically I get a certain number of those per short rest.
For short rest, yeah.
Okay. So the concept that I think will fit really well into this is just thinking about this. I love Buddhist themes. I love Shinto themes, and
Yeah.
I've been a Buddhist all my life, and so I haven't decided quite on a race yet, but I very much like the idea of an older you know the classic Shinto monks that have like the staff that like has the what do they call them, like the paper tags that hang down.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of like an older kind of like Zen oriented Zen. So people think of Zen as like very meditative, but this would actually be like comedic. I like very old, like temple master or temple student who maybe failed out. I don't know. I'll think of something along those lines.
I get you. I get where you're going with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll end up either on two ways. Either the Amiyoji, which I'd say I'm 70% on, or I'm 30% on Bladesinger subclass, which the staff that he had would actually be like double as a weapon.
Yeah, that works for me.
But I would really like to play
Since you mentioned Buddha, I do have my own version of Buddha in Glaeus.
Oh,
But out of respect for those that actually follow the religion, I don't call him Buddha. He is just known as the resting monk.
that's cool. Don't worry, none of us that follow Buddhism would actually care about that.
Well, yeah, but I just do it, and also because I kind of changed some of the things that it represents to fit the world. But he's just known as the resting monk. So there are resting monk statues, and it's kind of like a whole thing. So if your character kind of followed that route as an Onmyoji, then I could expand on that more as you play, which is very cool.
Let's do it. And that sounds super cool. I'm completely lost on race because it seems like a lot of the people that get end benefits, like I don't know anything about the Rokubi, and I don't know anything about the Kappa.
You want to be a Yozai?
What's a Yozai again? Sorry.
The Yozai are the Yozai are the people that have a yokai parent.
Okay.
And they have the manifested spirit arms, which is what those sub races are for. Is for the Yozai.
Okay. Oh, these are sub races of the main. Okay. Yeah.
Those are sub races of the Yozai, which represents the categorical representation of what category their parent was in. Like parent.
Got it. I honestly have no idea what the race should be right now. I'm
Okay, that's
totally
fine.
lost, but conceptually, I'm thinking this will play out really well because it'll be like a comedic older. I have like the voice and everything, and like comedic older like temple guy, who's just who's probably like pursued the spiritual path and then like either like not like found his way to enlightenment and is just sort of like I don't know. I'll come up with something, but I'm going
No,
for more
don't
of a
worry about
comedic tent. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to do it all
Mm.
right now. You got plenty of time. But
Yeah.
but basically, you're going to be a wizard, so we have an arcane slot filled.
Think so.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'll settle on either Amiyoshi or Blightsinger at the end. Yeah.
Feels good,
Dope.
man. So we got
Start
a
off with
paladin,
Game of
a
Norris, man.
rogue, a ranger, a wizard, and a cleric. Nice.
For the how long do the Whitewood like elves live typically? I imagine pretty long, right?
The elves in Glaeus live very long. Like their cultural legends say that they can live up to 1,000 years, but that's only for very rare cases. But generally speaking, they measure their lifetime categories in centuries. They live like 500 to 600 years old.
I was thinking they're like elves and trees. I'm like, these guys are gonna be old. All right, I think I'm gonna be a fairly old. So fairly old would be like 400 or something. Then
Because
maybe.
the idea behind it is that in the past I said they lived like something like 3,000 years, but I don't know. I kind of decided to go against that.
Hmm.
But
All right.
it's essentially. Okay, so essentially what I'm saying is that some of the Glean elves live thousands of years because they achieve their version of nirvana, but most elves don't achieve that. They don't achieve that, so they only live about 500 to 600.
All right, cool. I like the idea of like a somewhat grizzly Whitewood, so I think that's what I'll be then for my Onimetsu Ranger.
Yeah.
Sick. Would it hurt for a Whitewood to carve something into their bark skin?
Would it hurt if you carved something into your skin? Probably, but you'd live, and there's plenty
Yeah,
of people
but I
that
don't have-
ritualistic do it.
I don't have like bark skin though.
Well, my point is, it's fine. It's not going to cause you damage or anything. Because there are people that ritualistically scar themselves in real life. There's a whole
Yeah.
culture based around it, so that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, like a tattoo.
We got a
I mean,
white
like,
wolf.
tattoos kind of hurt,
Yeah,
you know.
tattoos
Yeah.
hurt, but people still do it all the time. So, Whitewood Elf Onimetsu Ranger.
Sick.
Did you actually want to go with a Kappa as your yokai companion?
I'm not
There's lots of
fully
options.
decided.
Thank you.
There's 8
I like
options.
the idea of a crocodile kappa because they're water creatures they manifest as typically, right? So
Oh,
a
man.
crocodile kappa is pretty cool.
You want
but
to be a
the-
crocodile Kappa? That's
But the
all
the
right.
weapon one's kind of cool
This
too.
is
so I'm
becoming
not
too
sure.
Aussie. We are crossing. We're crossing. Dude, just get a crocodile Kappa and just name him Drongo.
Oi, you drongo.
Hey, don't be a Drongo. And then he could meet Joey, but Joey and Drongo got a fucking. Ah, yeah, Drongo. Jesus. But yes, that's fine if you want to do that too. The Kappa are just like water based. Okay.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking some grizzly water lizard would be kind of cool, but the weapon one's also kind of calling to me a little bit too.
Weapons are sick.
Would it be too Aussie if my weapon was a lager phone? You know what a lager phone is?
Yeah. You can do that if you want.
Maybe. To
Welcome to my eastern continent, based loosely off of the eastern races of real life. We've got China, we've got Polynesian, we've got Mongolian and Thai, and also Australia.
I mean, Australia's like smack dab in the middle of Asia region, where
Yeah, that's basically Asia, right?
a small island off the coast. Of
Hey, welcome to Australia. We go around a walkabout if you want to, mate.
Let me play your song on me lager phone.
Let me play you a song on me lager phone. Hey, yo, I got this didgeridoo. We gotta summon the other Aussies. Fucking Red's character looks up. I hear the call. What? Flies away.
Aussie
Christ.
spin-off campaign.
Aussie.
Casual
Oi,
gamer, how
oi,
you going,
oi.
man? Thanks for 7 months, dude.
I'll try not to ruin your world too much.
No, that's fine. Be as Australian as you want to be. It's perfectly fine.
Just a slight homage, maybe.
Plus, I
I'll
can
go
make
with
it
that.
fit. It's not a big deal. I mean, you've already got the core cap, but you're also got the tags. I'm pretty inclusive, is what you'll kind of learn. Like I'm down for a lot of things, so no worries there.
All right.
The Aussie Metsu. That's funny though. That sounds so good. Give me a baby long neck.
The very best, mate. A thick, cold thirst needs.
All right, let me go down to the Macca's. You want nothing? I'm gonna go back to the bottle on my way back.
Hit the bottle,
You know too much about Australia. What are you doing?
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Pretty good.
8:30 in the fucking morning. Best time for a VB long neck.
Baby long neck. Well, you see, one of my very good friends is Australian, and I said, and in the interest of inclusion, because I was actually working on one of my continents to be like Australia, she sat down with me and taught me all of your lingo, like all the words, how you shorten words, like how you guys talk, the accent, all of that.
Wait, can you speak to spiders now?
And for a brief time, the god of madness, I had fun pretending that he was an Aussie god. The god of madness, a Lock and High, which is this like Shumagorath great old one, would basically just talk like this. He'd just be like,
Just give in to the darkness. She'll be right. Make no worries about it. I know what you're thinking, mate. There's nothing that you can really hope for no more. Don't you worry about fair dinkum, follow the path of madness.
you know, stuff like that. Yeah, just
She'll be
really-
right, mate.
There's
It's
a little
definitely
bit
the
of
path
a
of
jerk.
madness.
Yeah,
A little
she'll
bit
be
of
right.
Georgian draw in there.
She'll be right. Yeah. So I've had a lot of practice, but go straight for it. It's all good, man. Whatever you want.
He's looking on.
just summon the. Follow the path of a lock and eye, mate. Just do what I'll say.
Check.
Anyway, so we got Asmar
Very good.
Paladin. Yeah, very good. Business. Handshakes. Hobgoblin Rogue, a Whitewood Elf Ranger, a Something Wizard, and a Taren Cleric of Time.
Having trouble with the race still. Like it's.
It's
I'm
all
not
good.
sure. Yeah. Well, I just don't know what would fit a wizard in glass that some
Any race.
Well, I need an int bonus, right?
I mean, you don't need one. Like,
But
You don't have
About
to
5
have
minutes,
one.
Cold.
Min-maxing.
He's a min-maxer.
I'm min-maxing. Fine,
Okay,
you can play a human and get one. There's the Gecko, they get an int bonus. And you could
Mhm.
also be a Taren, which they get a +2 to their int.
ooh, yes, they do.
And then if any of us lie, there's 2 of us that are gonna hate us.
Or maybe they
Two
won't know and we
bats.
can
Man,
lie to them all the time.
I I understood what you said. That's how much time I've spent around Australians. Some guy comes, oh, you go right there and got sit. He wants to go outside. I know what that means. I understood that.
I didn't realize I was.
I can speak to spiders now, man. All right, so but any of those races can work, man.
The Yozai are the ones with the spirit hands.
Yes, sir.
What's the Ure variant says phantasmal? What does that mean?
That is a language.
Oh.
That's the language of the yokai. So the Ure gives you the yokai language for free.
And what are the Ure like?
So the Ure are the catch-all yokai. They represent ghosts. So they're the
Oh, okay.
actual ghosts. So the Ure could be like a ghost of a loved one follows you around, for example. So let's say for example, just if you chose to be a Yuri Yozai, one of the things could be like your mother actually died, but became a yokai because she had unfinished business and continued to love your father for some time before she passed on or whatever. And then you were actually born from that moment of coupling, and therefore fucking you were born with your mother's spiritual hands. It could be something like that, or it could be like any relative, or it could be a hero of the past.
That's super.
Stuff like that.
That's super dramatic. I'm thinking like an old Zen master that like hits me with a stick whenever I'm off the path or fuck up things. Like
Yeah, you can do that.
makes fun of me. Yeah, that like so how do you role play like the yokai role plays? Do you jump into
Well,
that?
as a yozai, your
Yeah.
arms are your arms. So a yokai won't actually be with you. That will just be your.
Oh.
But they can. It's really up to how you want to do it. It's up to that extreme. So, like, let's say your yokai parent was like an old sage, right?
Mhm.
And your spiritual arms they manifest as whatever they were, as like the yurei, and you could have like your hand randomly slap you on the face if you say some dumb shit, stuff like that. It's really up to you. That's completely open. So it's however you want to play it.
Cool. Yeah.
Like as an example, I have a Yozai Onimetsu NPC who his he's kind of different because Onimetsu actually get a yokai that travel with them, but he's also a Yozai. So his arms manifest as his mother, which is one of the in Japanese lore, the floating heads that follow you around. Well, his arms are covered in eyes as the Yozai, and his mother actually lives in his hair, and his hair's like extra super crazy long as his yokai companion, and he moves around on his hair and shit. Like, it's really cool. But it's really up to how you want to do it. It's completely up to you.
Dang.
But
Okay.
generally speaking, Yozai, their parent isn't actually traveling with them, not essentially. It's your parent was a yokai, so you have spirit arms.
Is it always a parent? Or you said it could be a hero from the past as well?
Well, it is your parent.
Okay.
That's because you're half yokai, so that's where the parent is. But the yokai that was your yokai parent, if it's a yurei, could be like a hero from the past or something like that, because it's a ghost. Someone had sex with a ghost and you were born, is what I'm saying.
What? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Because they're your parents.
How do you have sex with a ghost? This is probably beyond the scope of.
All right, so
actually, no. I have rules for that. So there is a
I have a lore for that.
Yeah, in the West there is a sacred pool of water that is watched over by a feline yokai that allows odd couplings like that. It's how same-sex couples are able to have children. Is that they swim around in the pool and this weird yokai watches them, and then they produce a soul egg, much like my Western continents, where the clerics of Vitteric allow that to happen. And that can happen with strange couplings as well as same-sex couples. So I've got that covered.
All right, cool. Ghost sex check. All right.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yick.
I am prepared.
You have to. So Yureis always come from ghost sex.
Okay. Yozais are half yokai, and they have a yokai parent. Now, it doesn't have to be your immediate parents, I suppose, but it's in your bloodline. So
okay, at some point, someone had sex with a ghost.
Yes, that is the requirement to be a Yozai.
Got it. Okay. I got it, Chief. Okay, I'll think about it. I'm still. That brings me closer. That's cool.
Okay, good. I'm glad it was helpful.
Yes, it was.
Pottery involved.
I see what you did there. I know that movie.
Dicks.
Go sex. Anyway, now we have the third choice that you guys can choose, which is your origin. Now, the origin will be very different depending on if you are from the West or East. So this is when you need to.
Chat, I gotta run my ads.
If you are from the West, your origin is based off of the land that you are from. And if you go down to the Verum Quick Character Creation Guide, not the Glaeus one, and click on Origin, you will see that it lists out Krasix, Dalton, all that good stuff, and I can walk you through what those mean. If you choose to be from the East, you would choose a clan to be a part of, which is your origin. And the clans are different, like city-state families that you would be a part of. Because clans are both an enormous family and a country in its own right. A kingdom, if you will. And I actually have concept art for all of those in the east. So,
Dope, let's see it.
all right, let me go through it then. Let's see here. I hope I have not been overwhelming or anything like that. I try to keep it as clean as possible, but it is a lot of information. Let's see here. Okay. Does this have...
I'm like a sponge right now, chat, just absorbing all this information. There's so
Is this
much.
the official art, or is it this one? That's the official art.
Where do I see the origins for the east is the one that's got the north and south, west and east humans, correct?
That is correct. The east is, yeah, that's that guide. And the east, you select a clan as your
Okay, cool.
origin.
Yep.
So it should say clans at the bottom, and the west says origins. Just
Yep,
normally
perfect.
origins.
Thanks, mate.
All right, so here we go. I'll go over. Now I'm going to go over all of the eastern clans and their concept art for you. So first we have the northern clans. So the northern clans are more in tune with their spiritual sides. They're more connected to the yokai. So their names are based after the different traditional Chinese elements, basically like the elements of creation and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start here. So first we start with the Ho clan, which is the fire clan. Here's their concept art. They use glaive polearms. Their main yokai is the salamander. This is kind of like what they look like. They got a bunch of their weapons.
Oh, glaives.
They kind of have this kind of tatami plate. They're very industrious. Here's a really good one. They're very industrious. They have akin to fire. They believe in working the forge, making metal. They're very warrior-centric. There's a Taren Hao warrior. More of the Hao clan. Here's one by Magic Fire, who did kind of like what the clan lands might look like. Give you an idea. Example of a Hao warrior.
Did these guys try to wipe out the like Air Nation or?
Well, I was waiting for that joke.
Sorry,
right.
so obvious.
It's okay. It's okay. No, they did not.
Yeah.
Apologize.
So next we have the water tribes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is the water clan known as the Sioux.
So cool.
Their yokai is a enormous sea turtle. They are to the northernmost section of Glaeus. They are a coastal nation, and they very much live within the ice and stuff like that. And they've got a lot of really cool abilities, like, for example, they get immunity to non-magical cold damage and resistance to magical cold damage. Their specialty weapon is a 3-part staff. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, the Hao get bonuses to fire damage and a plus to strength, whereas the Water Clan gets a plus to con and a bunch of cold immunity stuff, which is really cool.
How insular are the races to clans? Like, do you find that, like, say, certain elves of different types are primarily aligned with certain clans and things like that, or vice
Generally
versa?
speaking, the clans do not have any racial limitations. The northern and southern kingdoms are very inclusive to race, but they are very civic phobic. Like, if you're not a part of their clan, then you are a potential enemy type of thing. Now, some of the clans have different outlooks on that. Some of them are very diplomatic. Some of them are very open. Some of them only care if you have money. And some of them are openly hostile. It's all dependent. But none of them are racially controlled like that.
Okay. All right. So you typically see a fair mixing of races amongst the different clans then?
Correct. There is a fair mixing. Although
No, I'm good, chat. I'm
there
just
are some
absorbing and listening.
natural leanings. Like,
I'm very new to this.
like there's a lot of Taren that are in the Key clan, for example, like the diplomacy. Like, basically, there are some races that are better at the things that clan values, so they gravitate towards that. But there is no Taren in the Hao clan or something like that. There isn't like that.
I would imagine there's not many of the like woody elf in the Fire Clan, for example, for obvious reasons.
You could see that. Yeah, you could make that. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that there aren't any. But
Wow.
maybe they're less common. But yeah, and this is a house. I really like this art because it shows like what a house would look like. You
Cool.
got jaw, whalebone, vertebrae, and it's like I really like that kind of stuff. This is all donated concept art that the artist did as I sat in a call with them and described it. So I'm very grateful for it because it helped add a visual representation to the world.
That's so cool.
So that was the Sioux, which is the water clan. Next we have is the Fang, which is the wind clan. They get a +1 to Dex, and they also get proficiency with battle kites, which means they can use their kites in combat. And they kind of have this like shrouded, covered hat look. I think one of these actually has the Australian hat. Yeah, there it is, like the veils and the corks on it. They hold
Cool.
the hat veil down. They also have like wide open, billowy clothing to like protect themselves from the debris. They live at the top of the mountains. Their weapon of choice are the tonfa.
No worries, matey. Glad you're excited to see it.
I know this is small, but they kind of live in like tree houses atop these enormous bonsai
The
trees.
corks are the shoe away
that kind of
flies, yep.
float and twist over the side of the mountains.
I'll be 1 second, chat.
Oh, there it is. The veil with the little ties, the little cork ties. This guy drew a fucking lich. That's sick. I hadn't seen that one yet. But yeah, that's the Fang clan. Next we have is the Multo, which is the I believe this is the Wood clan. Yep, the Wood clan. They get a +1 to Dex, and they get +15 to their natural movement speed.
Cool.
Yeah,
Zoom.
they're very fast. So they use a lot of wood in their clothing and craftsmanship. They worship a fox yokai, and their weapon of choice is the longbow. And they have like green and white as their clan colors. They're very cool.
If a Whitewood elf wears wooden armor, is that like a human wearing skin armor?
No, it's
A
like
lot of
it's like a human wearing leather armor.
Ah, okay.
I mean,
Got him.
that is what leather is. It's made out of animal.
This is the session 0,
And
so
we are higher
character
creatures
creation and
than
getting everything sorted
standard
to start
animals,
it.
generally speaking, just like a Glayan elf would be a higher state of
Ah.
creature than a plant.
True.
So it'd be more like that.
Poor lesser tree beings.
Lesser trees. Next is the Junshu, which is the Metal clan. So the Metal clan gets a +1 to int, and they increase all wealth rewards by 20% from completed missions because this is the Money clan. They believe that mercantilism is the true power in the world, which sets them apart from the other clans quite a bit. Their yokai they follow is the Golden Owlbear. They also get access to Flying Bear Cavalry, which is pretty sick.
Flying bear cavalry?
Yeah, because their yokai are owlbears, which owlbears have kind of the same kind of wings that Taren have. And in Glaeus, because the winds are so strong, they can fly.
Oh my god, so cute.
So if they're a Yozai from that clan, can they manifest spirit bear arms and have a right to bear arms?
Mm-hmm. You better believe it, champion. Look at this fucking guy. I really
Changing
like
my whole concept.
Wait a second.
Capitalist
Who
owlbears.
is that? Get a who? Owl joke. All right.
This is some concept art of like what you would do with the first coin that you earned. You know, stuff like that. Just examples of outfits and cultural representations. Stuff like that. It's really cool. But yeah, they're the they're like the major merchant clan, and they are found in the Riverlands, right alongside the Wood clan, and along the path of prosperity. And that is the Junshu. Let's see here. Next we have are the Yin. which are the Shadow Clan. So the Shadow Clan worship a spider yokai. And they are very much professional assassins, spies, and they move in secrecy for dark, unknown purposes as they weave their webs across the glades.
Weeb their webs.
Weave their way, yeah.
With
I like
anime.
I really like this Gecko,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this is one of my
super cool.
favorite pieces. I really like that one.
Where are my
I didn't mean to say
weebs?
weeb, but either one works really.
Yep.
Yoko Shinobuni.
So Arcadum, am I looking at the same thing? Because I'm looking at like the Sejong and the
Yes,
I used
we're in the northern clans right now.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
You went too
thanks.
far down because you're in the southern clans.
Yeah,
We're
you're
gonna
right.
get to them too. We're gonna get to them too.
Got it.
Next we have is the Yang clan, which is the Light clan, which is the clan of light. So, the Yang clan, I have to explain this. The Yang clan, the Yang clan believes that beauty is the same thing as godliness. That the more beautiful you are, the closer you are to divinity. So their entire government is based off of their leaders are who is the most pretty, and that's kind of they have pageants to determine that.
So good.
So this is where all the this is where literal physical beauty is held to the highest regard. So this is kind of what the Yang clan looks like. They wear white and gold as their main avenue. This is also where all the pretty boys are. So
So pretty.
if you want to be like that. Like the women here are ethereal beauties, and the men here are equally beautiful in their own right. Like that right there, that's a guy. Wowzers. Guy. Also a guy. Man. Oh yeah, that's a man.
You
better
better
believe
believe.
that's a man. That right there, that's a woman. That, however, is a man. That is this Gecko is sick. I haven't seen this one yet. I think what is he doing?
He's
What
like, he would sound like this. He would be like, "Greetings, traveler."
Traveler. Yeah, and that's the Yang clan.
They're all fabulous. Oh my god.
And the last of the northern clans is the Blood clan, which is comprised of exiles from the Yang clan that were not pretty enough. And so, in
Exiles, you say?
response, they stain themselves in the blood of their defeated enemies, believing that true beauty is not in your physical appearance, but in your deeds. As a great fuck you to their enemies.
I think this
As
is
a
us,
great
chat.
fuck you to their Yang clan origins as well.
I think this is us.
And the Blood clan is fucking intense. They are also another coastal tribe as well. Their yokai is the shark. Bet Red's freaking out in chat right now because we got the her clan.
I like the theme of this clan. Super cool.
Oh yeah, Blood clan's awesome. They are known. I think the pronunciation is Zia, but it's been a while since I took Mandarin.
Love the crazy anime vibes from all of these. So good.
Oh yeah, they've got wild faces and expressions. All right, and that is the Blood clan. All right, so those are the northern kingdoms. Now we
What's
enter this.
the
What's
the significance between the distinction between northern and southern
So
clans?
the northern clans are more in tune with their spirituality, and a lot of their governance are directly attached to what that yokai that they worship represents. Like for the Yang clan is like the peacock dove.
Where am I? Yes. All right, we are not a weeb
Essentially,
clan.
it's-
Bullshit.
with that they're directly
Yoko
associated with the
Shinobuni.
natural
Oh,
lore
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
yokai that they worship and what that represents. So all of them are more natural to the nature of themselves. So how can I explain this? So whereas the southern kingdoms are far more political, like externally politically oriented, the northern kingdoms are more internally politically oriented. So the
okay.
northern kingdoms would be more likely to fight for an ideal, whereas the southern kingdoms would be more likely to fight for resources or more standardized ambitions.
That's helpful. Thanks.
Yeah, but those are very minute differences. You can still be very much idealistic in the south, and you can be very pragmatically ambitious in the north. It's just that's your baseline essentially. So the southern kingdoms are all based loosely off of different famous figures from real life Eastern countries and cultures, and I've kind of worked them all into my own style. So the first one we have are the Sioux, which is loosely based off of Sun Tzu, which are warriors that use their minds. I really like the concept art for the Southern clans. They did a really good job. So if you are a Sioux, then you get a +1 to intelligence, and you may use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dex when making weapon attacks. So you get to use intelligence as your main combat stat if you're one of the Sioux.
That's super cool.
And this is kind of what they look like. This should help like scope out your colors, what their armor and weapons look like. These are what their scholars and like merchants and things like might look like that. That's their symbol. Work in progress. They use like chakrams, and this is their clan weapon, which is a big ass morning star. Like a bladed morning star, which is pretty sick. Very cool.
When you say that's their weapon, is it expected that people in their clan use their weapon, or is that just more
you
of like
don't
a symbolic
have to.
thing?
That's just it's a symbolic thing, and it's what their standard warriors might be standard issue, and stuff like that.
Okay.
None of that is really like you have to use that weapon. That isn't.
I'll make sure it's available
that just
on
means you might
YouTube,
start
Theo.
with proficiency in that weapon. So here we go. Next is the key, which is based off of Wu Qi, which was a. If I recall, he was a leader in China that focused more on the development of infrastructure, and he sought peace and diplomacy. Their weapon of choice, I believe, I'm still trying to decide between it, but the repeating crossbow or the jian, which is the straight sword. I really like their colors. Their colors look great.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Wu Qi. This is kind of like what their scholars and diplomats might look like. I really like their color, and that's their symbol. Thank you so much, artists. You make this so much easier on me. There you go. That's kind of what they look like. Oh, my food's here. One moment while I bring up the cow, based loosely off of Sao Sao.
Wow. Sorry.
I'll be right back. I'm grabbing.
Wait, I thought he was bringing up the cow as his food.
Yeah, me too.
So I bring up the
you
physical
got
cow
burgers?
that I need to eat.
Oh man, I could go a cow right about now. I'm pretty hungry. Watch out, Dan.
Oh, now I'm hungry. No.
Okay, I'll take a short break too. I'll be back.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm gonna go bathroom real quick. Here be.
Right, chat. You enjoying it? It's actually really interesting. It's a lot to absorb. I'm absorbing like a sponge right now. So I think this has got about an hour left, and then we'll jump back across to Tarkov for the rest of the stream. But if you just popped in and you're like, what the fuck's going on? We're doing D&D. This is
Hold on, let me
session
set my
0.
food up real quick.
This is session 0, so we're going over all the classes, how the universe works, everything. They're teaching me the ones and zeros of everything. And yeah. And also for that giveaway, I think there's about 4 hours left of the giveaway. 4.5 hours left. So if you mods, Cobluck, if you can put the link in the chat, get the so anyone who hasn't entered the giveaway, make sure you do, because I'll be drawing it pretty much an hour after the after it closes. So I'll write it straight after it. And then the giveaway after that should be opening up pretty much straight away for the second PC. So don't miss out.
You guys there?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. Almost done.
You're eating the whole food already? The whole cow?
No, I'm just setting it up.
Setting up the cow.
I'm here for the feeding.
You ever see there's like endurance like runners or whatever they'll, like
Orqua,
roll up a
son!
whole pizza and just like just for calories, like completely just roll it up like a big like piece of bread or something. And
Or the swimmers do like
Aqua did an amazing
5,000
job
calories a day.
In
Insane.
Aqua did an amazing job in the Twitch Rivals tournament yesterday. Guys, if you're not giving him a follow, make sure you do. He's a really entertaining dude, really chilled and fun streams. Always an enjoyable stream to hang out and to watch. He's got really good YouTube content as well, so make sure you go give him some love. Mods, make sure you get the link in the chat. And he didn't kill Landmark. I watched it back. There was no food after midnight. Killed Landmark. But he still did an awesome job. So, yeah. He killed someone though.
Towards calligraphy and stuff like that. So a lot of their weapons.
Oh,
will
today
have,
I'm doing
like,
Session 0 D&D with
a lot of their
Sequisha,
weapons are hidden in
ZiggyD,
standardized tools. So like a painting
Zizaran,
brush or a
DevinNash,
flute
and
or
Arcadum.
something like that. So they're very much about like hiding their weapons in plain sight and things like that, which is very cool. Now see that? That's just like a tree branch. And you just pulled a sword out of it.
Sick.
It's very much their whole thing. Let's see. Next up we have is the Hideyoshi. So the Hideyoshi clan is very much about compounding success. I really like their colors. They use polearms. Things like that. Their abilities are they get +1 to wisdom, and they get a stacking bonus on successful attack rolls and saving throws that resets if they fail.
Moist.
So they're very much about taking advantage of opportunities. They're very opportunistic type of clan. So if you succeed and you continue to succeed more,
Oh,
if you fail, then you start over from the beginning type of thing.
also, if you just got here from Aqua Stream, make sure you enter the giveaway. Can we get the giveaway link? It's closing in about 4 hours time, and you can win yourself a really awesome computer worth $3,100 US. I'm giving away up to 5 computers. The second one's been achieved, and we'll be having that open up immediately after the first one's drawn. So get amongst it.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Okay, so we got that. Next up we have is the Ayayusa, which they get a +1 to con, and they get the ability to use. They can cause non-lethal damage with any source of damage, whereas most people can only do non-lethal with melee weapons. And they regain their level in hit points when they non-lethally defeat an opponent.
Oh.
Because the Ayayusa believe in not killing unless they try to avoid it by any means necessary. And their weapon of choice is the Sagabato, or the reverse blade, where the blunt edge is along the normal edge and then the sharp edge is on the other side. Their colors are the bronze and turquoise. They very much believe in understanding that sometimes violence is required to resolve something, but death is not always required to resolve something. So they are by no means cowards or true pacifists, because they believe in fighting and they have warriors that they train, but they train their warriors to that fighting to the death is wasteful, essentially.
Can you cast a non-lethal fireball?
Yes, as an Ayayusa clan member, you can.
So good.
Cool.
Next is the Masamune, based off of Date Masamune, the dragon of the one-eyed dragon. This is very much a clan dedicated to the way of the blade, to death before dishonor. They get a +1 to strength, and they are immune to death effects and have resistance to necrotic damage. which essentially means that if somebody casts a spell that says you instantly die, they laugh and stab that fucking nerd. That's what their
Immune
whole
to
thing is.
death, you say? Interesting.
Death effects, not to death. They also have this really cool color scheme. Something else about the Masamune is that they are the clan closest in terms of proximity to the evil kingdom of the Eclipse, far to the east. So they fight with them a lot. And one of the things is they've also kind of stolen the moon motif of the Masamune, and they hate that. Next we have is the Sejong, which is based off of King Sejong the Great from Korean history. And this is the science-based clan. This is very much where all the hyper nerds live.
Ooh, this could be us too, chat.
They believe in scientific advancement and that one's looks and personal feelings should not matter.
This could be
Because
us.
only one's mind matters. So their people get a +1 to int, and they get 2 skill proficiencies in anything they'd like, and an expertise in 1 skill they are proficient with. Their cultural thing is that their people wear masks in order to make sure that nobody gets an unfair advantage in a presentation or a conversation based on what they look like.
Personally, I'm vibing.
They have nearly the opposite kind of cultural philosophy as the Yang do. They believe that one's physical appearance should have no bearing on their merit, only their mind.
So it says their proficiency is history. Does that mean that they come with history no matter what as one of their proficiencies?
That is correct.
Okay. So and then you combine the proficiencies of your race and your clan. So like for example, Yurei would get 1 skill proficiency. It says Sejong would get 2 more, so there's 3 total.
And don't forget your class, which grants you some as well.
Oh, it does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so there's these ranks in it, like scholars and officials and things like that. So a scholar would get an Arcana proficiency as well. So the Arcana and history would come.
So those
says-
other choices are the role that you played in that clan,
Yeah.
and that is something else that you get as well. So if you were a Sejong warrior, you would get history, martial, and then if you were a wizard, you get the 2 from that list. You get any 2 skill proficiencies from the baseline special ability, and then the 1 from your race if you got one.
Jeez. That's awesome. Okay.
You can be built to be a skill-based character.
That's very cool.
I really like this art. It shows a Sejong warrior using a crossbow. And this is their flag, which is this mask. I really like this design. They did a good job. Yep, there you go. That is what the Sejong look like. Next are the
Nice.
Haka. So the Haka are based off the Maori warriors. They get a +1 to strength, and when initiative is rolled, they may use a battle cry, which can frighten enemies. Which is actually based off of the Haka dance, based off of like the Polynesian warriors and stuff like that. They are very, very intense. They use like
My sister's about to
almost
leave.
Aztec-style
So
looking weapons.
I was just gonna be in and out for a sec, chat. I'm sorry about this.
Things like that, stone weapons, and their masks are very elaborate and terrifying, and their warriors tattoo themselves, much like the Western humans do. And this is basically the entire clan is based around this sort of like brutal representation of the bravery of their warriors and the focus of where their bodies are basically a map of their lives that they ritualistically scar and tattoo. They also use jade in their weapons, which is pretty cool.
I have a death whistle on my desk.
What's that?
A death whistle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Apparently, they used a bunch of them and like all at once, and it sounds like someone being murdered and screaming.
Oh.
This guy went. These people popped off from the masks.
Those are insanely cool.
Wow.
Yep, and that's the Haka. Next are the Chang, based off of Changxi, which is the most powerful pirate that has ever existed. Was a pirate queen who had 1,800 juns, or Chinese galleons, in her under her command.
Wow.
And I based a pirate-esque clan off of her called the Chang. They get a dexterity of +1, and they get a 30-foot swim speed. They can hold their breath 4 times longer, and they have no disadvantage when fighting in water. And something else I did with them is the Chang. Their outfits and colors are comprised of all of the outfits and items that they have stolen from other people. So they kind of wear a hodgepodge of all kinds of colors and stuff like that. And their special weapon is a kind of kunai with chain that is like fish hooks, which is one of the coolest weapons I've seen designed by the
That
art
is
team.
awesome.
They are very, very awesome. And this is their flag. This is like a Chang light warrior,
Oh, the hook with the skull flag is so sick.
a heavy warrior, which has a snorkel diving helmet, just like, and this is the close-up of the weapon. It's really, really good. Very cool. And that is
Wow.
what the Chang look like. And then last, but certainly not least, are the Hao, based off of Fu Hao. I believe she was the first female general in China and one of the most successful. Their weapon of choice is a big ass jade axe. They are also a matriarchal society. Look at that shit. Oh my god.
That's
Wow.
so cool. Wow, that's huge.
It's time to die.
Undisputed.
Guess I'll die.
Yep.
But
They
try to
use-
die less than you do.
They're jade axes, and their belief is in using proper strategy. Like there's the right strategy for any type of. They're like OCD warriors, kind of. And they have Dex +1. When attacking with a melee weapon or ranged weapon within 30 feet, one ally can spend the reaction to attack that target. So they also believe very much in teamwork. So they are very much a teamwork-oriented like clan, believing that everyone should pitch in equally. Anyway,
Time for your daily cleaving.
and that is it for the Southern clans.
Sick.
So yeah, if you're from the East, you get to choose one of those clans. If you're from the West, you get to choose to be from one of the many different geographical origins.
That is a lot of clans, and so many of them very cool. I'm gonna try and nail it down.
Okay. Take your
I think I'm nailed down, Arcadum. I like the idea of Sejong, and I really
Mhm.
like the idea of a Yurei. So pencil me in. Got some cool ideas.
Yozai. You're right. Wizard from Sejong. I'm gonna mute myself and eat what you guys think.
Very cool. I think we got a lot of stuff covered here. Maybe we
That's a
don't
pretty
have-
awesome party.
I mean, I guess the only thing it feels like we're missing is like
Just say Haka.
some big like crazy barbarian or something. But
We got a
Yeah.
front line. We got
I don't really
Arcane
want-
Caster. We got
I
Cleric.
don't really
we
want to
got,
have to focus on
range
strength
DPS.
though.
a melee DPS slash like someone to do traps. And this is actually such a balanced party. This is like nuts. Yeah, it's really good. We're gonna smoke
Yeah, we didn't
shit.
plan that. That's cool.
Yeah. We just roll up with like 5 clerics, 5 wizards.
I'd do it though. It'd be fun.
5 wizards just AoE farming things.
Play MMO,
This
the
is
whole
part of
world.
Exalt.
Yeah. Keep AoEs like the. Yeah.
Yeah, just AoE pull like 6 encounters and like everybody like fireball.
Yeah, can we just speed farm low level maps, please, Arcadum?
Yeah. Just tier ones.
All right. Listen to me, Path of Exile boys.
Uh-oh.
You're walking into my realm, and I can't wait to see you guys fight some of my enemies.
Can't be worse than the
Oh, man,
Shaper.
That's true.
Uber Elder.
Chat, I was leaning
Can't be worse than
towards
lag.
these
As long as
guys
there's no like memory games, Maven style.
because they're the ugly.
Yeah. Do we
Memory
get
game.
disconnected and then we die and then we have to reroll our character?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, but my specialty is combat encounter creation and boss creation. So I'm actually really looking
Excellent.
forward to you guys getting a taste.
I love
PoE is
big
all
boss
about
fights.
bossing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, mhm.
Love them.
And just to make sure I'm understanding correctly, since I'm on the west, I have to choose origins, right? From
No.
the,
If you want to be from the west, you have to choose from the origin list. But if you're from the east, you can choose the
Right.
clan list. Just because you're an Asmar Paladin doesn't mean you have to be from the west, though.
Oh.
Yeah, Arcadum's got Arcadum designs these huge like boss fights, and they all have these unique mechanics and stuff. And there's a special skill called Marshal that you can use to like check the abilities of the bosses. And so like it's our vibe with the Path of Exile world, where like bosses.
I'll make sure.
sort
I'll
of
make sure it's on YouTube.
are progression gates and also like really cool. That's like a big thing.
I'll write
in
my
this
ad
world,
down,
too,
by the way.
in my
I was gonna
experience.
do it for the Twitch
You
control.
better believe I'm going to be Marshall checking.
It's gonna be awesome.
I really like the in plain sight. You choose a warlock cantrip, you may cast it at character level.
I
Yeah?
think
That's
I have a
awesome.
decision for you, Arcadum.
All right, what you got for me?
So I think I vibe with maybe having some sort of glaive situation going on, and the Hideyoshi clan sounds very interesting to me. I like the wisdom boost, and I like the stacking bonus on successful things, like rolling up the advantage as you do well. And I love the whole like learning from your mistakes sort of vibe there, which is already something that I had kind of in mind for my character with the inscribing stuff on my bark. Would be maybe like lessons I've learned in the past. I feel like that
Yeah,
fits
sounds
pretty
good,
well.
man. Yeah. All right, I got you down as Hideyoshi.
Dope.
I think I've made my decision as well. The Sioux
Oh, yeah?
clan. Yeah.
Ooh, the Sioux clan. Excellent.
So could I take in plain sight and have Eldritch Blast?
Oh yeah, if you really wanted to.
That sounds like kind of evil, right?
Eldritch Blast isn't good or evil. It's just force damage.
Yeah.
But it could look evil, and it could also look good. It's definitely an aesthetically
Ooh.
versatile.
Oh, that I
yeah.
like that. Aesthetically
Yeah.
versatile.
Yeah, you can do that.
That fits.
Oh, I like that. And it's +1 charisma, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's good for paladins. Everybody loves charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice flavor. And we can reskin it depending on the mood of my character. Oh, perfect.
All right, I'll put you down as Ord in plain sight.
Using MTX already. This is great.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows you only equip your MTX after you get to maps, man.
I actually do that.
Yeah, same. My character's like not even ready before then. Like, come on.
Yep.
I think I'll be going Sejong as well. I like both Sejong and I'm saying that right, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only other one that I don't know how to say it exactly is it Sioux? XUE?
The Blood Clan.
Yeah, that's the only other one that really I think would also work. But I think Sejong kind of fits best.
You got it. So
Pass
Jong
so
it
we
is.
can be clan bros, man.
Yeah, man. We can design masks
I-
together.
Oh, it's so cool. I always knew it would come to this with us.
We might know each
That's
other.
great.
We might not know each other as well.
How big is? That's actually a good question. How big is the clans on average?
The clans are like city states. Thousands
Oh,
upon
okay.
thousands,
Oh,
but-
okay, shit. Okay, I thought it was like
but
150
you,
people.
You
Okay.
can know each other though.
Mhm. Oh, I forgot that Glaeus is like 3 times bigger than Calcatesh, so that makes sense that these clans are all like massive. Yeah. Okay. Arcadum, question real quick.
Yeah.
The character is like, I think the way this character is set up is going to have 9 proficiencies.
Yeah.
And which is amazing. But looking at it, I'm thinking, can I get an expertise in martial because there's already an existing proficiency in it?
Yeah.
Cool cats. Okay.
You know, it'd be hilarious if with all this min-maxing, you just get one shot by the first boss.
I was thinking that.
that legit happens with a wizard too, because you roll a d4 and get like a 1 HP and get killed by a dart. Like you just get it's like, yeah, you
Wait,
just get
are
like
we
killed
rolling
by
stats
a
today?
branch.
We will be handling stats next.
Oh, I love rolling stats.
Unfortunately, we do not roll. We choose from an array, but
Oh,
Question: the Tsukugomogami. Oh, I'm gonna get this.
Sugagomagami, yeah.
So would my focus be in
Sugagomagami,
scholar then?
So it gives you you lose proficiency with all other weapons. So let's say if I had a family glaive that was passed down, that was the spirit
Yeah.
weapon.
Mhm.
So I'd be proficient with that, but I would lose proficiency with things like bows and stuff.
Yes. But what
Would
that
that be-
means is that if you tried to use them, you just wouldn't get your proficiency bonus. So you just be worse with them.
It says you have a disadvantage when using them.
Oh, yes, it's worse for that clan. But you would still be able to use them.
Okay, that would
But
be
it just-
pretty
it would
detrimental
just
for a
suck.
ranger, maybe though.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, you don't have to weapon switch.
Yeah, I don't mind the idea of a melee ranger.
Yeah. Melee rangers are good.
Hmm.
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 Thinking.
This is just the whole rest of the show.
Hmm.
It's an hour.
Grunting and.
Be right back. Grab and drink.
Hmm.
I think he's going to grab a Foster's right now.
Fosters.
No one in the show drinks Foster's.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's like Foster's, Australian beer.
Hitting up a V-boy, mate. 7:25 a.m. or better crack a cold one.
We should get a carton of VB sent to him.
And me,
And me.
please.
You get in New South Wales?
We're in Victoria now. We moved.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to drink the very best now. It's true. It's illegal for me to drink Tuies now.
Are you in Melbourne?
Nah, out in the country.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't have to use a ranged weapon to be a ranger. A lot of people think rangers are like bows. It's because it's in the name, ranged, right? Except you think of I always like thinking of what's his face from Lord of the Rings? He's a ranger.
Aragorn.
Legolas.
Yeah, Aragorn.
Aragorn is
Aragorn's
also-
a ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both rangers.
And he's you always see him with a sword, right? Like he can use a bow, sure, but it's more of a person of the land as a ranger, as someone who's very worldly in the ways of the land.
Right.
And you could have a
Wolf
hamster.
Snapping and stuff too, right?
What's that?
I'm back.
Like, what? Oh, yeah, they're a bit, yeah, just being kind of like well-rounded and hunt and survival.
Yeah, well-traveled survival sort of vibes like that. Not necessarily someone who uses a bow.
Like an Australian.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, a lot of swagmen out traveling out back.
So I'm gonna
Outback
walk about in
Ranger?
the outback. Yeah.
Outback Ranger.
Straight from Australia. And make sure you go outside and walk about. Have a nice bush song or two.
Wait until
I'm
the Billy
sorry.
boils.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I practiced for
Don't
a very
apologize.
long time to be able to speak Australian. I try to do it.
We'll go out. I'll waltz sing Matilda, mate.
Fair dinkum?
Too right.
True blue, mate.
Slash Dev, thanks for the tier 3 sub for 5
Chuck
months,
another
dude.
Dari on the Barbie, mate.
Absolute legend. Get some more shit shout out tier 3 sub right there from Slash
Be
Dev.
a drongo.
This is the rest of the session.
Yeah, yes.
Hmm.
The dingoes will eat well tonight. Gotta make sure that when you go out adventuring, you got a health body.
Fucking health buddy. Yeah, okay. Can I have a health potion, please? I'll take it in a schooner, mate. Or maybe just a pot. I'm only a little hurt. Pot or a schooner for your health potion. Oh god.
This kind of stuff is maximum potent fun for me.
I'm glad.
I love it, dude.
We're gonna have a good time.
Slowly, all of the Onimetsu will just become Australian, and then my whole faction in the east will just be like, "Oh, we're hunting demons." It's like, yeah, the Okuma walking around here. We got to make sure to take care of them. So what you want to do? Is
Chat,
if you
what's
go
our name
down to
gonna
the
be?
Southern Kingdoms, you want to go on and walk about around there. Be real careful there, mate. You don't want to get caught up by scum.
I think it's canonical now that the Nometsu are all Aussies.
Aussie Metsus, dude.
Aussie demon hunters.
Kevin, hey, Carl.
You must be truly desperate to come to me for help. Sorry.
Oh, we're going to be second.
Yeah, maybe I'll be willing to give you a hand there, mate.
Stop.
We should totally do
Let me ask you
second.
something right here.
Oh my, you must be
you think-
truly desperate to come to me for help.
Yeah, you must be truly desperate to come to me for help.
Second Burkut.
Let me ask you something. Did it kill the Sheila? Is that the problem?
Oh, Jesus.
The legend of the Aussie Metsus. Oh, Jesus. That's so good. You call that a knife? Nah. Yeah, nah. This is a knife.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
Nah,
nah,
yeah.
yeah.
Nah, yeah. Sorry.
I see you're versed in the yenas.
Yeah.
Very
I was
good.
taught everything. I had a very thorough teacher. Oh, God.
I'm impressed, honestly.
Thank you. I tried my best. You think that's bad? I once tried a pikey accent, which is
Oh,
like,
dear.
which is incredible British. In front of Strippin, and during his campaign, he was the only one who could understand me. It was. I was popping off so hard on it, and he was just like, he was talking to me, and the rest of the party's like, what is he saying? Like, he was, oh, you know, kind of stat I'm getting. I'll make sure that your sorcerer is this. It's like, how much? About 12, Bobby. All right. Oh man, it was wild. Anyway, so we've got your races, your classes, and your origins selected. So now we get to choose what your stat arrays are. Okay, so, before we do that, let me link you guys to character sheets. Until my website is done, we're going to have to do
The
character sheets
old-fashioned
these
way.
ways. Yep, so
So,
Here
so
is-
no rolling.
we do not roll stats. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Get
Oh, pat.
I'm sorry. We don't do that here.
We don't do that.
All right,
here,
if
so.
If you click on this link right here, and then you can fill out that character sheet, and then you can save it, and then send it to me directly in this chat, and then I can send that to my token makers, and they can make your tokens when it's time to design. But
Oh, whoa. You
but
can just
now,
fill it out in here?
yeah, you can just fill it out in that PDF. Yep,
Wow.
and then you save it. Now, these are the 3 different stat arrays that you get to choose from, and then you get to put those numbers anywhere you'd like. The Specialist, the Madman, and the Razzle Dazzle. Remember, this is before any racial or origin modifiers. They are set up to where they handle characters that specialize in 1 stat, characters that need 3 stats, or 2 main and 1 tertiary, or the Razzle Dazzle, which is the best one.
Bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. Yeah.
The best one.
It's my favorite one. But it's for characters that want a multi-class, or for characters that don't want to have any discernible weaknesses.
The Razzle Dazzle actually gets more points overall.
It does, but they're spread out.
You've got like +1 bonuses and everything.
Yeah, and if you're like a standardized human, then you're gonna get +2s and a lot of stuff, and then you'll be on track for a +3. The
I love the
modifiers,
weaknesses.
that's fine. If you want to do it that way, that's cool too. But yeah, there's your rundown, and then you choose which one of those you want to use, and then you can fill in your stats. For you, Pestily, since you're brand new, I will explain what the stats are. So are you looking at the character sheet?
Yes.
Do you see where it says strength, dex, con, all that good stuff?
Yep.
All right. I will explain what the attributes are using the tomato method. Strength is your ability to crush a tomato.
Mhm.
Dexterity is your ability to throw a tomato. Constitution is your ability to eat a bad tomato. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing that a tomato does not go in a fruit salad. And charisma is the ability to sell a tomato-based fruit salad.
That is incredible. So good.
This is the best description of stats I've ever heard. Yeah, it's the same.
And those are the attributes and what they represent.
Right.
Right. Rightio. So, for example, you're a rogue, so you got dexterity. Sorry. Stop. You got dexterity. Dexterity and intelligence are probably going to be your 2 main stats, especially since you want to use, like, apothecary approaches, like making potions and things like that. You'll probably need those 2 stats the highest. Dex in order to help you actually, use them in combat and do other things, and intelligence to learn about how to make potions and poisons and things like that. And then you have other, the other stats can be spread out as you see fit, but your 2 main stats should probably be Dex and Intelligence.
So I'd go the Madman then.
Yes, if you'd like. The Madman is a good choice. Wow, it's Tiffany. Hello. Hold on a second. I'm back.
Is there other class information for the Onimitsu, or just what you linked before, which is the Spirit
Better chat?
Companion, and then
Just that information, because I'm still developing it, but you won't need the later level stuff until much later. So.
Okay, so for now, I basically just roll a Ranger.
Yep, you're in fact you're a ranger. You're a normal ranger until level 3.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, because at level 3 is when your weapon awakens.
So how much of this am I filling out?
The only thing I need you to fill out are the stats.
Okay.
Yep, and then once you've chosen the stats, let me know, and then we can move on to the next step.
All right, I have my stats.
Okay.
15 strength, 11 dexterity,
Yeah.
14 constitution,
Nice.
10 intelligence,
hmm
11 wisdom, and 15 charisma.
Excellent choices. Excellent all-around choices.
Okay, I'm ready to. Done.
Awesome.
All right, Sequisha going 10 strength, 11 dex, 11 constitution, 15 int, 15 wisdom, and 14 charisma.
Nice.
Ready when you are.
Alrighty, so I got Sequisha and Zizaran. The rest of you guys fill in your stats?
Yep, Pestilly.
Yep.
Strength 10. Dexterity 15. Constitution 11.
Mm-hmm.
Intelligence 15. Wisdom 14. Charisma 11.
That works. Ziggy and Devin?
I sent it to you. You're good.
Ziggy, strength 15, dexterity 15, 14 constitution, 11 int, 11 wisdom, 10 charisma.
Excellent. So now we move on to the next step, which is you choosing your skills. So you get baseline skills that you get to choose, and I'll need you to fill all those out on the sheet. A good place to put them on the sheet for me is under features and traits, which you'll see a box there. And you can type out all the skills that you chose. And don't worry about anything else because my token makers are going to just program that into your stuff for you. So, first we're going to start with your baseline skills. Zizaran, as you are a paladin, you get to choose from... Hold on, let's see here.
I was putting this in features and traits, did you say?
Yeah. You get to choose from this. Choose 2 from athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, and religion. And everything else should be auto-selected for you. So those are the only 2 that I need choices from. And just go ahead and put those in the features and traits.
Okay.
Next up is Pestilly. You are a rogue. So you get quite a few choices. And I believe you're also Sejong, so you get even more choices. So, please choose 4 from this list. And then you get to choose 2 of any kind that you want. And then choose 1 to specialize in. So, +2 of any. 1 expertise.
Right.
So choose 1 skill you want to be really good at.
Is there a place I can read what the skills do?
Sure thing. I can give you a rundown of the skills right now. There you go. There's a link, but I'll also go over them. So the skills are, the first one is athletics, which is your ability to run, jump, swim, all that good stuff. Acrobatics is your ability to balance and jump and do somersaults, dives, things like that. Sleight of hand is not only the mundane magic of like doing sleight of hand, but also stealing and things like that. Stealth, self-explanatory. Arcana is your knowledge of spells, magic items, eldritch symbols, magical traditions, things like that. It's everything to do with the arcane and your knowledge of it. History.
Do I have Arcana? Sorry, that wasn't in the list.
I'm going over all the skills.
Oh,
See,
okay, sorry.
You chose Sejong, so you get to choose 2 skills of any. So I'm just going over all of them for you.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is history, which is self-explanatory. Investigation is your ability to search for something that you can touch and investigate closely, like you can touch and manipulate. Nature is your knowledge of nature, the natural cycles, weathers, animals, plants, all that kind of stuff. Religion is your knowledge of deities, rites, prayers, basically everything to do with religion. Animal handling is your ability to manipulate animals and care for them and speak with them and empathize with them. Insight is your ability to predict whether or not someone's lying or what their next move might be, or gaining clues from body language, speech habits, mood, emotions, things like that. Medicine is pretty straightforward. Perception is your ability to detect things around you using your 5 senses. Survival is your ability to search for food, not get lost, and basically interact with the wilderness and the wilds. Deception is lying through all of its various forms. Intimidation is the use of literal or even metaphorical threats to get what you want. Persuasion is essentially the ability to be diplomatic to achieve your goals, like to convince somebody through mutual gain or leverage. And then performance is your ability to perform, like sing, dance, act, storytell, vogue, any of that kind of stuff. And those are the different skills.
All right, thank you.
And you can also use that list that I linked you, and you can scroll over them, and it gives you information there.
So, a Ure would have a total of 7. I'm getting that right. So Sejong has 1 innate, 2 extra. That's 3 from Sejong. 1 from Ure is 4. 2 from Wizard is 6. And then 1 from your clan job is 7, right?
That sounds right.
Okay, here they are. Arcana, history.
I'll make sure it's available on YouTube, guys.
Perception, religion, investigation, insight. That's fucking bananas, by the way. Awesome class. Loving it.
Wow,
next-
very
next-
proficient.
What do you guys
Next
think?
up is Ziggy. You are a ranger. Wow.
Hmm. Wow.
Which means you get to choose from these 3.
And I get Marshall from Hideyoshi clan
Mhm.
as a warrior, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But there you go. There's your choose 3 from that list and go ahead and add them onto your sheet.
Okay.
And then Devin already did his. All right, and Sequisha, you are a cleric, which means you get to choose from these. And then go ahead and add those to those sheets when you're done with the skills.
I noticed that Whitewood has expertise with perception, so I'm automatically expertise in that, which is more than proficiency, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So
cool.
you want to add expertise so that the token maker will know.
Okay, excellent. All right, then I have mine. So the expertise in perception, martial, nature, survival, and investigation.
Okay. Excellent. So go ahead and put those in your features and traits on your sheet. Because remember, you guys are going to send me those sheets that I can send to my token makers. All right. Is everybody chosen their skills?
Yep.
Okay. And now we move on to spells. Ooh.
Oh shit! I didn't even think.
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
Oh
You
no!
chose the path. All right, go ahead and go to the 5e Tools website. Go to the middle at the top where it says References. Click that drop-down box, and then go to Spells.
Rangers don't get spells for a while, right? Not a level 1.
They do not have them at level 1, no.
Yeah.
The people I'm talking to are Devin and Sequisha, as they are both full casters, so they will start with spells.
So
You're a
Paladin
spell.
doesn't start with any, right?
Paladin does not start with spells, no. So let me share my screen with you so I can walk you through this directly. You should see a screen that looks something like this, yes? If you go to References and then click Spells, it should look like this.
I actually thought I was meant to get 4 skills, but apparently I'm meant to have 7. I apologize. I actually.
Well, you do get 4 from Rogue, but then you get 2 from Sejong.
Yeah.
And then you get another one from Sejong. So you get more from your origin. That's just for your class skill choice.
Right.
Okay. Devin and Sequisha, you guys looking at the screen right now? Like my screen?
Yeah, I just
This
see
is
the.
gonna take me some time. Straight up.
Do you not see what I'm doing?
I just. No, it just
It's
looks
on
like a
Dis-
Word document. Oh.
It's on Discord.
Oh shit. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm streaming on Discord.
Oh, gotcha.
I can't technically show this on stream. So,
Copy.
Chad, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm there with you.
okay. So, references, spells. Okay. What you need to do is go to this thing that says filter. Click that. And if you are Sequisha, click
Can I get
cleric.
this? Ben, what's the expertise
Make it
mean?
blue.
Chat.
If you are Devin, click wizard.
Some
Make it
animal
blue.
handling. Oh,
And
actually, I'll
then
take
go down
medicine
to where
instead.
it says up here to where it says cantrip in first level. Click those 2 things and make them blue. And then once you do that, you go down to where it says save and you hit save. And what it will have done for you is it will have filtered out all the other spells in the game into this nifty list that you can use to choose from. And then you want to go to where it says level, click that twice. And then it'll start you with cantrips. And then it'll go into first levels. And this is what you can use to choose all of your spells. It's really handy. It's really useful. So, to be clear, are you guys with me so far on that?
Yeah.
Are you guys looking at that?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, so now the next thing that you want to do, and I don't need to look anymore, is for classes, I can just tell you this. All right, Sequisha, your choices are, you need to choose 3 cantrips, and you need to choose 4 first level spells.
Okay.
And then add those to your sheet.
That's what I'm
And
thinking.
Devin,
A little ritual thing. Is it like included within the first level or?
don't worry about ritual. I would not
Ignore
pick.
those?
Just ignore rituals. Yeah, you don't need to choose those as your main. Okay, so Devin,
I should have
you need to
full-
choose 3 cantrips and 6 first level spells.
6. Yeah, okay. Roger that.
And then what you
How
guys
do
have
you
done-
how do you sort by wizard again?
Okay.
Sorry.
go to the 5e tools. Go to where it
Yeah,
says the reference.
I'm there. Yeah.
Okay, you're on spells. Are you on the
Mhm.
filter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You click on filter and then you
I feel like
go to where
that-
it says
that
classes,
works,
you
doesn't it?
click wizard, so it's blue, and that nothing else is blue. And then you go to level and click cantrip in first level, and then you go
Make
to
medicine the
and then it
expertise.
auto sorts the whole thing for you.
I don't want to be the healer though.
Thank you.
No problem. And then once you have chosen those spells, add them to your sheet, and then once you've done that, you guys are all done with your sheets, and then you can send them to me.
Are you banning any spells?
Nope. Well, if it's from one of the new books,
Yeah.
I'm okay with you choosing it, but I might make some changes, but
Okay.
I'm not worried about it.
We're gonna get nerfed.
We're gonna get nerfed.
Hey, if I get nerfed in a D&D campaign, I'm happy. That's like a good outcome, I think. It's great. Do we need to add our stat bonuses, or are you guys doing that on your end?
You only need to list out the scores. All I need from you are your scores, your skills, and your spells.
Oh, well.
Those are the choices that I need from you. So once you have made those choices and added them to your character sheet, your PDFs, you can then save them and then send them to me in this Discord group chat. And then I will send that to my token makers, and they will construct your tokens for you.
So I download it and then post it in Discord.
Just like
Gotcha.
Zizaran did. Wow.
Oh, great.
Look
Wow.
at Zizaran.
I'm looking respectfully.
Nice.
So going off the fact that I want to based around making potions and poisons and stuff like that, can I just list out my skills and see? Or I've wrote them in the Discord, but would that be
All right,
a
let me look.
good path?
Absolutely.
Righto.
Those are very good. Righto. Defo, mate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Keep
We're
going.
not sorry.
I catch my Defo, mate.
Too right.
Yeah, true, right. Hundo. Oh no. Australia is such a mystical land.
Yes.
What a
Yes.
truly wondrous place.
I feel like your Aussie accent's better than mine. I feel like I don't have a very thick one.
Good day, mate.
Well, there's one thing I can't do, and that's how you guys say no. I can't do
No.
it. Yeah, I
No.
can't do it.
Nah.
No, no,
No.
no,
No.
You gotta say like no, you. No.
no,
No.
no, no,
No.
no. It's so hard, dude. I can't do it.
I didn't realize that was a thing, to be honest.
Oh, when I was
It's like-
learning Indonesian, man, like they were like, you say no so weird. No.
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 Nah, she'll be right.
No. She'll be right.
Righto. What's next?
He's so mad at me, dude. Alrighty. So we got those 3 character sheets. So the caster should be picking their spells. When they do, I'll send them on down. And then we can move on to the next exciting bit, which is downloading map tools.
Ooh.
Oh boy. We are almost done, by the way. You guys have been troopers sitting here.
This is fun.
No, this has been a blast.
I'm nodding. I'm champing. I think something else that's really helped with my Aussie accent and getting comfortable with it is that Red showed me Nat's What I Reckon, and I've just been watching all of his videos.
That's what I reckon.
Right.
That's so good.
Probably the last
Good
day
day,
during D&D,
champions.
and then we'll be back to
Good
Tarkov.
day,
What time did
champions.
I have to do the next one? I'll be able to raid load in.
Maybe you get some of this, go outside, grab some rosemary, put a pinch in it too. Oh, the whole fucking stock. I don't care, champions. Fuck that off into a pan. Bugger off, do something else for 2 to 3 hours while that bastes. I love it so much, dude. My proudest moment as a student, I think I literally made Red swell with pride, was when I joined this Discord and I just started speaking with an Aussie accent with another Australian, and he had no idea. I completely fooled him. He didn't even know who I was. He didn't even know. He looked into the call. He's like, wait, is that Arcadum that I've been talking to this whole time? And I was like, yeah, mate, it's me. And he's like, no, you got me. I didn't know. It's so good, dude. Defo. So good. He got him. I got the golf clap. The little... Man. Poor Flab.
Hey,
Yeah,
for Sequisha spells, do I have 3 or 4? You say
You
for-
get 3 cantrips
right.
and 4 first level.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Man, you guys are gonna love some D&D. Let me tell you,
I'm excited.
I can't wait, dude. Oh man, I've been thinking while you guys have been making your characters about which campaign I want to put you in,
Ooh.
which is
That's a big decision.
Which is a big choice, which I was gonna tell you guys about. So there are two choices left in chapter 1. Presuming that you would like to play as soon as possible. The 2 choices in chapter 1 that remain are the 2 campaigns are The Final Toll and A Storm Approaches. So, The Final Toll is a campaign where you deal with spreading the ashes of your late patron or father. It could be a family thing or not. But the idea is that your mission is to spread either your collective father figure or one of your father figures. It's really up in the air for that. But essentially, it is dealing with this funeral rite, and through the course of that, complications occur, and you essentially deal with the presence of Otikata's curse, which is a major plot point. So essentially, you deal with the after effects of an approaching threat to the rest of Glace. And you also deal with a lot of undead adventures. So a lot of undead based stuff there. And then the next one is A Storm Approaches, which is the revivification of the old order of samurai that once protected the emperor before the cycle was broken. And that campaign will be based on rekindling the embers of that fallen order.
Oh.
Mm.
And those are the two campaigns that I currently have available for Chapter 1.
Which one was that second one? Storm Approaches. I
A
don't see it
Storm
on this.
Approaches.
Where
I've
is it
got
on the
it.
screen?
I've
Oh,
got it
there,
on
cool.
the pro. Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah, okay, cool.
these two right here.
But what if we're not samurai, though?
That doesn't matter. You don't have to be samurai. You're just rekindling the order.
I'm pretty flexible on this, but I personally love the sound of the final toll. Sounds very cool.
I'm okay with
No
either.
country for told men.
Jesus.
This is a great film.
10 episodes, Arcadum.
10
All right,
episodes in
then.
a movie?
All right then.
The final told.
Oh my God.
Knights of the Told Republic.
I've got one of my groups has a player named Sci-Fi, and he keeps screaming, 6 seasons in a movie. Let me play. But yeah. So final toll, is that what you guys are leaning towards?
Sure.
So be
Vote
it.
yay?
I vote yay.
You are officially slotted in. You are now the final toll.
Yeah. Cool. Dude, it sounds emotional. Like I'm tearing just thinking about it. That's like nerd tears.
Whose
I don't
ashes
think-
man.
I
is
think
it?
I should have
speci-
put more points on a constitution, man.
Whose ashes are they specifically? Is it one of ours or all of ours? Or
That's up to you guys.
All our dads died.
yeah, it's like
we met.
Simultaneously.
Well, you could have.
It was an accident.
It's either your literal father or a father figure or a mentor, or it is one of your actual fathers and stuff like that. That's up to you guys to determine that. So this one's going to be a lot more open for backstory integration, so you guys can all have already known each other, if you'd like. So.
We all met on a dead dad's forum and
Oh my God.
decided that we should all get together to spread the ashes together.
All right. then.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool if we were all like raised by like. I mean, does that make sense with different backstories though? But I don't know. It would be cool
Well,
if
yeah.
we had like the same father figure.
Yeah, because that's where you guys are all from. So maybe,
A sensei.
well, because the idea is that I was either going to do a dojo or a traveling merchant that picked you guys up when you were very young, and then you all kind of like accumulated into this centralized like pseudo family, like an adoptive family, no matter where you're from, and you all kind of participated in either this dojo or this caravan. Haven't decided which, but essentially you all became a family over time, and then your patron or your father figure died, and now you need to see that his ashes are
Something that's very
his
cool.
final wishes are carried out, basically.
Something that's very cool about that idea is that we might not even necessarily know each other because we might all have been different ages or studied under, say, if it's like a
That's
sensei
something
figure
good. Yeah, like you
Um,
all knew him at different
at
times.
different times. Yeah. That's cool.
Can it be like a temple master? Like what kind of person you want it to be? Because I'm trying to fit in the backstory. What kind do you want?
I think
You
it's
guys
best if
some
it's up to you
dude,
guys.
some dude in the caravan driving around and picking up kids.
That's a lot weirder than I imagined. now it's weird.
Great, you made it weird.
Maybe
That was
maybe it
made
could be
weird now.
maybe it could be just straight up He's just a traveling merchant that had a positive impact on each of your lives to such a level that you wanted to keep in contact with him, and he's just been writing letters to you guys. And then he dies, and the people in his caravan, and his final wish is he wanted all of you to set his spirit free. So like to burn him and then take his ashes and spread them in a specific spot. That's what the story requires.
That's such a cool way of like bringing a bunch of people together. I love it.
Yeah,
must
me
be
too.
a more unique way to bring the characters together than like we randomly meet in a tavern or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
My last one was we randomly meet in a tavern or some shit. It was still fun. Yeah.
I mean, that's the classic start. There is nothing wrong with it, but this does give
Yeah.
you a reason to be working together when your
Yep.
characters might not necessarily get along, which is something that always like throws me out a
It's
little bit.
really
It's like,
important. Yeah.
yeah, you don't have.
So-
It's like, why would these people be working together? It doesn't make any sense.
So we'd all know each other a bit, like, yeah, and just had like in various, or we'd all know this person and be connected. Like, yeah, I love that. That's great.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you used to get the endurance potions too, right? Dude, I would go with like 3 or 4 of those a night, bro.
What? He never gave me any of those.
You were
You
always
didn't need them.
you were always the favored child.
Man, very cool. All right, we've got you guys locked into that. Did you finish your spell selection, Devin?
It's gonna take me like 10 years, but I'll send it to you
Okay,
soon.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Plus, you've played before. I just needed to make sure that the newer people were ready to go. Okay, so now that we have decided the campaign, we've decided the schedule, characters have been made, and now the time has come to lock into map tools. So if you could, please, at this time, if any of you are streaming, please cover your screens as the information I'm about to give you and the connecting to me cannot let it be seen on stream, or else I will explode and die.
Oh no.
It's true. I
Don't.
leaked it and he did do that.
Exploit him. Don't do it.
It's just me, isn't it? I'm the only one streaming. You covered.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
think
I'm
you're the
covered.
only
I'm
one.
covered as well.
Do we have a link, or is it the first one
I'm
you
about.
posted?
I'm
ages
getting
ago?
it to. I'm getting it to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm rushing.
Do I have time for a quick break?
Yeah, you can go.
Sweet. Be right back.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see. I have to go because I have to get this in a different link now because they, for some reason, have not been. Hold on. I got you. Please click this link and download that program in the .exe. I know it looks like a sus program. I promise you it's not. I've been using it for years. All right, so download that, install it, and then open it, and then let me know when you see grass.
Windows protected your computer.
Yeah.
Tell it to shut up and let it through. It's fine. God. I wish that they would update the launcher, but launcher looks like a Windows 98 program.
The first time that I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's like for something to do with some weird licensing stuff or whatever with like later versions of Windows.
Okay, so I grabbed the exe.
Yep, .exe.
Got it. I'm hacking into the map tools.
I'm
let
guessing
me know
we're
when you see
allowing
grass.
access to
Yeah.
the network. Cool. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I see grass.
I see grass.
I see grass as
Okay.
well.
3 in grass.
And I'm entering my credit card number.
No, don't do that. Stop. Are you in, Ziggy?
It's just going through the install now.
Okay.
Apologies, I was peeing.
It's all right.
I
Upside
do
down
that
must be
too. We have
hard.
so much in common.
Oh, Peabody's, yay.
Oh, I pay bodies.
Peabody's.
I gotta know, out of all the times you've done this, how many people have made like an RTX joke about?
Like 4 times.
Okay.
The most common joke is lately has been people mispronouncing the name of the continent as Gilneas. World of Warcraft reference.
Mm-hmm. That was the what was it? The wolf dudes, right? Like their starting area or something.
Yeah. Ryan the Night Wolf, man.
I see grass. It looks like the old Warcraft 2 map creator. I'm pogging.
Hogging. All right. You good, Devin? You've already done this before, but
Yeah, we're all set.
okay. All right. In that case, now I'm going to give you my connection information. As an additional warning, you will only ever have to put this in once, but please be careful that it never is shown in front of stream, or else, I will die.
192. Yep.
So go to File, go to Connect to Server, and then click on the thing that says Direct Connect tab. Fill in your username, which can be your name or your character's name. It doesn't really matter. And then fill in that information. The first number is the IP, the second is the port, and the third is the password.
If you type your password in chat, it auto fills out as stars. See, I just typed Hunter 2, but it filled out as stars.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Do
don't
we
really
need
do that. That's
username
an
and
old joke.
stuff?
Oh, wait.
Your username could be your name or your character's name. It doesn't really matter.
Can I change that later once I figure out my character's name?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. For now, I am me then. Whoa, stars.
I
I'm
should
in.
still see grass, right?
Yes, you should. Here, I'll give you guys the rundown real quick. There's 4 of you in here.
Oh god, it's blinging. It's
Oh, I do
blooping.
have
Don't
to
worry, I'm
connect.
gonna fix that.
Fix it.
Okay. Go to the top left-hand corner. Go to Edit. Go to Preferences. Click that. Go to Sounds. Go to where it says Play System Sounds. Uncheck mark that so you won't die.
Patches, thanks for the 10 gifts of subs, bro. I
And then
appreciate it,
go
man.
to,
I was
go to
dying.
In the strength, thanks for the
Interactions.
12 months, mate. Fumbly's, Oslo, thanks for the
Click back on
Tron.
that tab. Go to where it's in the middle where it says Tokens. Scroll down to where it says Stat Sheet Portrait Size and change that to 500. And then you should be set and you hit OK.
Stat sheet portrait size. Under tokens?
Under Tokens, yep. If you scroll down, do you see there's a Stat Sheet Portrait Size and then there's a fillable box?
Ah, yes. And put it as what?
Put that as 500.
500.
Can I remove sounds, or is that needed for this?
Yes. To remove sounds, go up to the top left-hand corner, go to Edit, Preferences, go to where it says Sounds in that tab, and then where it says Play System Sounds, if there's a check mark there, uncheck it.
You saved my life. Thank you.
Same
No
with
problem.
clips and streams. Get rid of that, or is that needed?
The rest of that doesn't really matter.
I don't.
Okay. And then go up to the top left-hand corner again, go to Window, and then you want to make sure that the chat box has a check mark in front of it. And if it does, don't worry about it. Go down to where it says Initiative, click that. If it doesn't have a check mark in front of it, and then a little box will pop up, put that somewhere comfortable, and then go back to the same window selection area and go to Selected and click that one. So you should have 2 windows added, Initiative and Selected. And Map Tools is completely like augmentable, so you can set up to be comfortable with however you want.
I cannot connect to you. It seems it's just stuck on connecting black screen.
Check the port.
Is the selection the one that
Right.
shows portraits when you mouse over and stuff like that?
I
the
actually
sol-
can't do anything.
The selection is where your macros will be.
Oh, okay.
Okay. so so now I'm going to load up a map for you, and we're going to test everybody's connectivity to me. You should be loading a map now.
Everything is right, but I still can't connect.
And we'll have to
It's
go over it again.
loading map 2?
It says
Oh.
could not load campaign. Hessian protocol exception. Unknown code for read
Oh
object.
God, I know what that is. Okay, we're gonna have to sit down later and fix that.
Okay,
Can-
that
can we
sounds like
sh-
some
Hang on.
crazy shit. All
Wait,
right.
can we show chat this now?
Yes, it should be safe to show now. All right, let me know when you're loaded. Should be loading Okogi Sieged.
Ooh, it's loading.
How big's this map?
Pretty big because
57.
I need to test connectivity to me. So
I always get hosed on map tools. Like I'm cursed, dude.
you did update map tools, didn't you, Devin? Ah, there it is. So you see that link I posted?
Yeah.
Yeah, do that.
Do what?
1.8.5. Yeah.
Yeah, click that link and then download the .exe because you'll have to hard reinstall the new map tools.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, let me know when you're loaded.
Oh wow, I got to 57 out of 57. Now it's 116. What are you doing to me?
Yeah. It's
You realize this
still loading.
information has to go across the ocean.
Yes, I realize that. Mm.
Should I just overwrite it or
Yeah.
install? Okay.
Yeah, it'll save everything. Are you guys still loading though, even if you're
Yeah.
not loaded yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still loading. It
Okay.
seems like it's kind of hanging in the
Okay,
middle.
so the thing about it is that the first time you load, it'll always be longer because you're caching the assets.
Mhm.
The more we play, the less load times will be because you'll already have the assets cached.
I'm doing the sieged one now. It's up to 110 to 116 or 104, 516.
Okay, cool.
I think it's still going. It's hanging on 57, but we'll see how it goes.
There's a number
If I'll
changing down the bottom
Spreadsheet.
right. Like, because I think it's downloading on the bottom right. I've downloaded like 1.5 gig of 2.5.
Yeah, but if it keeps messing up, I have a way to fix it. So
Wow, this is a shit show. I have no idea where that installed to, nor who I am anymore. Just a moment.
Oh, things are happening.
What's the default directory for map tools? Oh my god.
Oh, I'm in.
Does anyone know?
it should be documents, I think.
All right.
All right, Ziggy's in. Excellent.
I'm in.
Yeah,
3
mine's
more to load.
kind of hanging, but I was hanging like where Ziggy was too, so I'll just kind of see what it does.
That's probably one of the bigger assets. I know this takes a while, but after we do it the first time, it won't be nearly as difficult because your assets will be cached and they'll be faster. Plus, in the future, if there's ever a big map coming and we're worried about load times, what I can do is I can send you the maps and you can load them like yourselves.
Yeah.
Like the actual file, and it loads like way faster, and then you'll be able to connect easily. It's probably what I'm gonna have to do with Devin.
Hey. That's if I ever get in. Failed to launch JVM. PC load letter.
Oh man.
We can do like before we get off the call, Devin. We can do like a little introduction to computers if you want to like.
I can help
Uh-huh.
you, buddy. Don't worry, I can help you.
I'm in.
You in? Okay, good.
Listen, I'm old, okay, and the computers scare me. I don't understand what makes the magic box work.
You just pay
For being
someone to do it for
58,
you.
You're doing really well.
That's usually my plan, but okay, I'm getting root Benji JLL.DLL error. That
Okay, so
sounds
it's
like
prob-
some Naruto error.
Right, it's probably not loading the proper directory file. So, oh geez.
I need to find the base map tools directory. And now that I've installed it, I can't find it.
Your default
Because
directory should be under users, username, app data, local map tool.
users, okay,
Here, I'll
Users.
copy paste that for you.
usernames,
Maybe Chevron 7 didn't lock.
app data local. Yeah. Okay. Cool beans.
All right, is everyone else loaded in?
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm in.
All right, so
Yeah, I'm getting Benji.
okay, do you see my arrow?
Oh my.
Yep.
All right.
Nice to see
So
you.
welcome to map tools. If you scroll over these characters, you'll see that they'll pop up with portraits and information. Those are the player tokens. And enemies as well, and all that good stuff. This is what we would be using to play. Everything that your character will be doing and will have access to will all be automated on these tokens. These tokens will include your HP, your AC, your equipment, all that kind of stuff. Macros. So if you click on Sunder, for example, and look in your selected window, you'll see a bunch of buttons appear called macros. Do you see those?
Wait,
Yeah.
say that again?
Okay, go ahead and click on Sunder. Left click on him so that he's highlighted.
Yeah.
And then do you see in the selected window, or the selection window, a bunch of macros appear?
No, I think I've screwed something
Okay,
up.
You need to go
the
to-
top left-hand corner.
Right, yep, got it.
Okay. And then now you should be able to see it when the selected window is selected.
I got it.
Okay, so that selected window will have all of the macros, which will have all of your abilities pre-programmed. For example, using his special ability Fire and Steel, and let's say he attacks with his new weapon, Roga Kariba. Boom. There you go. So that's his roll, which is 12 plus 7. He rolled a 12 on a d20, total of 19. His damage is 13 damage. And that's basically how everything will be relegated. It will all be automatically prepared for you. No
Wow.
worries, no muss, no fuss. Everything's handled. And that
That's
includes
so easy.
Yep, that's all you got to do, and it'll all be listed out for you. Double click on Sunder. You should see a notes tab, and then you'll see a bunch of stuff listed under his notes tab. That is where your adventuring gear, your equipment, your items, and your spells will also be listed, and your languages. So all of your tertiary abilities, all of your equipment will be listed there and tracked there, so that you can use it. And now, a quick tutorial of map tools. Go ahead and click on the map, which is off Sunder, and hold down spacebar. That's how you make an arrow. So that you can point at things like this. Like, hey, what's over there, Dungeon Master? Or, hey, what's going on over there? All kinds of stuff like that. Oh, Devin got in. Excellent. And then, hit Control Space to make a speech bubble. And you can use this to help differentiate your character talking. Now, something that will keep in mind... I don't know if anybody's actually seen me stream D&D yet lately, but there will be a new overlay which will actually show your character talking when you
So
talk in
cool.
Discord.
That's cool.
It's naughty.
That's so cool.
So essentially, we won't be using cams, but people will know who's talking because as you talk, your character will light up and will make a talking animation. to
Kinda
show
like
that
this.
You're talking. Yeah, kind of like that.
Right.
That's awesome.
And that's basically how that works. And that'll be on the overlay outside of map tools. And then shift space if you want to make a thinking cloud and get away with talking smack on people.
No one can call you out for this.
And also there's this, but don't ever use that.
What is this? Tell me how to not use that.
This is the finger. The Control Shift Space makes the finger. The finger is only to be used when absolutely necessary.
Look here. Listen. Hmm.
It is used to shame
Puck.
players for doing
Puck,
something
puck,
dumb.
puck. Puck, puck, puck.
Point at him. Anyway, it used to be that would actually kill my computer, but now my computer is too powerful and cannot be defeated by the likes of your fingers. So,
Hmm.
all right, and that is basically the essentials of map tools. You now have everything that you need to play Dungeons and Dragons with me, gentlemen. Save
Amazing.
for one final piece. And
Oh,
that
no.
is
Gasp.
you have homework. Your homework is that I require you to provide for me your character's artistic representation. You will need to make character art so that I can make your tokens based off of that character art. But if you do not have access to any artists or knowledge of them, I have an entire artist community in my Discord. Speaking of art, now that we've come to the end of session 0, as is tradition, there is fan art. If you would like to see it.
I would love
Yes.
to see it. Yes.
Oh, certainly.
Then I will provide that, and I will put it on the stream for you.
How's your fan art already?
Because this is just the way it is. Devin playing again.
Hell yeah.
The soul of the time machine god surrounds thee. Praise the Stall Messiah.
LibreOffice, dude.
All right. Well, we already have fan art made of Ziggy's character, the Aussie.
Oh my
Metsu.
god.
There you go.
Show me.
There's your wood boy.
Oh, so good. Oh, so pretty.
It's already happening.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Welcome
That's
to the
incredible.
hashtag Not a Vampire Club. You got a very long neck.
So good. The singer too.
Oh, here's another one of Ziggy's Whitewood Elf Onimetsu.
Oh my god. It's adorable. I am blown away. Thank you.
Yeah, this is my Kappa Donk.
Freaking Cabadile.
Devin's Onimyoji.
Cool.
Let's see. Somebody made Pestily's character, a hobgoblin plague doctor. Very cool.
So
Great.
good.
Sick.
Here's some more stuff for you.
Oh, wow.
Another hobgoblin.
I think the Hobgoblin Plague Doctor is a sick idea.
Why, yes,
think
I
people will
would
have fun
like
with that.
additional Aussie Metsus.
Yes.
It's also
Oh,
going to be
that's
referred
so
to as the
good.
Pod Goblin. Thank you.
I'm glad the hat is inspiring. I love the hat idea.
Here's a Taren if you made them a girl. Please don't forget how important dreadlocks are. More of your hobgoblin. Me eating a cow.
Yep.
All right, Sequisha. Nat 20 drew your Taren Time Cleric.
Ooh.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Here's an animation of me doing the Pikish accent, the Pikey accent. It is short, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go.
Okay.
Do you guys have audio? Oh, no, I got stream muted.
Watch the stream.
Hang on, I gotta grab some water. One sec.
I'm sorry, stripping.
Meant gin, probably.
Please don't be mad at me.
He just left shaking his head.
Dive
2 shots of vodka.
I'm back. I
All
just
right.
took a hot swig of the bottle.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna get a drink too. Fuck it.
You know what? Good idea, Whoops. You're doing great, Whoops. Yeah, Whoops. Yeah.
Whoops, you deserve a beer.
I agree. You should all drink.
Are you gonna come find out, eh?
Yeah, well, okay. Oh god.
I don't think we do here for that, yeah. No, then I know they're gonna want some, eh? Gotta get some scrolls down there. That'll get motivated real good, no problem.
Alright. What how?
Well, the first thing you want to do, come over here, lass. I'm gonna get set up real nice here. Alright, so you're gonna assist a wizard, you're gonna be out a wizard, you're gonna be a Soki. Yeah, what you got here?
A Horizon Walker.
Alright, so okay.
A Horizon Walker.
Alright, so okay. Matter walker, there's a bit of butter, see it, but whatever. Take it with a fucks with no, because it's cast spell, got mate. Nah, it's not good, but straight up, mate. Go to bed, it's there, because the
That
long
was me
range,
doing
eh?
a pikesh
Okay,
accent.
come on.
Stripping can understand me. That was me doing a pikesh accent.
I love the
Stripping can
casual, just
understand me.
understanding response.
That's
Oh,
great.
dude, you're Onimetsu. That's
So
fucking
cool.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking the hat kind of works for the like samurai vibes, which work
Yeah.
pretty well here. Oof, so good. That's
Very
amazing.
cool. Oh shit. Sejong. Ooh, that's nice. The tomato method. Your Taren Time Cleric, now with sweet ass dreadlocks.
Wow.
Your hard work is recognized. God. Oh, we have a group shot of you guys. There you are. Made by Mad Reds.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Oh wow.
He gave the Taren Time Cleric Sequisha's mustache. That's awesome,
Wow.
dude.
Killer.
That is so sick.
Man, we already have a group shot. That's great.
This is what it's like, man.
I love the artist.
This is amazing.
Another one of the Onimetsu. Tell me when you see grass. Oh my god. Oh, this is Devin's character's concept. Anoni Miyoji.
Ooh.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I like the staff. Yeah, so I'm thinking for it. It's awesome.
Oh, with the lagerphone. Yes. That's so sick. Oh my god.
Nice, nice. And then finally, last one is a Taren Time Cleric. And there you go. There's your fan art of your session 0.
Wow.
You
That's
haven't
incredible
even
effort.
started yet.
I know. It's nuts.
That is
Absolutely
insane.
That's
mental,
so
mate.
cool.
Alrighty, so you guys got your characters locked in. You've got your campaign selected. Our schedule is locked in. You now can connect to me on map tools. That's it. That will conclude our session 0. And I will see all of you on June 21st
Can't wait.
at 5
Cheers,
p.m. CST.
I'm
CST.
excited.
Looking
good.
forward to playing with you all. It's going to be a huge honor.
Yeah,
I,
I'm really
I love
excited.
everyone in this call.
Be a great
Alrighty.
time.
I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for
Right.
your time. Thanks for your interest. I'll see you then.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Talk to you
Mike.
later.
Bye.
Farewell, traveler.
See you guys.
Bye.
Yes.
Folks, we'll see you later.
Yep. Bye.
All right, chat. We're going to jump back into Tarkov. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was actually really cool. I'm excited. If anyone is artistically minded and wants to do some fan art of a hobgoblin plague doctor Sejong, I don't want to say it wrong. I'm pretty sure I wrote Sejong. Would love to see it, and I can always put that forward. Otherwise, I'll have to contact my my graphics designer who did this picture for me. I'll show you. I paid a guy to make me this, so I'm sure he'd be really interested to do something as well. So, not Sejong, it's like Sejong. But yeah, so that's actually a frame photo on my wall. Nice frame test. Thanks, Matter Royale. Matter Royale did the framing for it. Just gotta tidy up these tabs. I've got so many. Yeah, we're going to get back into Tarkov. This is my quick drawing. You guys want to see what I drew in like a second? Work in progress. All right, fuck. The first PC giveaway, how long's left on it? Oh, and also make sure you go give Arcadum a follow. He's the dungeon master, the DM for what we're going to be doing. There is 2 hours left, chat. So don't miss out. In entering the first giveaway. Once the first one's done, pretty much straight after we'll get the second one cranking. So let's get back into Tarkov.